nice.
Yeah, they're good.
What are they? Yeah, he's
Safe styles. Work sunnies.
Might buy some.
$60 for the polarized ones.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you got Pete and Gerard down here all day.
Should I give them both of mine?
It's up to you. I don't mind. You probably only go the one because we only got the one slot.
No, they both come in the same. They both come in the same slot.
Oh, just same frequency. Yeah. Well, you can, yeah. They both had it before. They both had it on like when they were out here by themselves. So I'd say they're both fine with that.
He's doing right there.
Let's go, Claycy!
Big horse.
Paula's name is Geoffrey? I think I was on you as well.
Jeffrey!
Let's go, boy.
You got him. I can see it here. God. Jeez, he looked good in stride, didn't he?
I was going to say it was very majestic.
All there, Claycy!
Day 5, the final day here, semi-final action, and then the big one, the LMS Wise Australia Cup final here on LMS TV today, brought to you by Wise. Starting off with our first semi-final. This one is between the 1 and the 4 seed. The 1 seed, the Nite Watchmen, coming into the knockouts, look dominant so far. Don't count out the Spider Monkeys from Sydney, they have looked just as good themselves. Come through here with Jeffrey Cleese starting the bowling for the Nite Watchmen. Spider Monkeys winning the toss, electing to bat. So far, just a couple singles, a 2 there. As everyone wakes up slightly, gets ready for what is going to be a cracking day of finals cricket here at Runaway Bay Cricket Club. We've got the cup final, the cup semis cup final here on field 1, over on field 2 on the second turf wicket with a live stream as well from the tripod on the pitch. An excellent viewing angle. If you have not checked it out, I definitely would at some point. But obviously come back here, we've got the best games, the best teams, the biggest hits here on the mainstream. So we've got our plate, our Shield semi-finals and final over there, and over on pitch at number 3 we've got the plate semi-finals and final. We've also got some spoon games going up on the top fields there. Nice, lovely wooden spoon that will be presented to those teams later on today. Kind of one of those weird ones there where I think, I don't know if you want to win it and then finish your campaign off with a win, or do you want to lose it and take a nice wooden spoon? They are marvellous spoons, if I do say so myself. But here on the main pitch here, Jeffrey Cleese opening up the bowling here for the Nite Watchmen. A very good over so far. A dot just being left through by Hassan, and then a nice 2 that Hassan and Adil ran. Obviously 2 more dots here. Jeffrey Cleese pitching that ball up nice and full there, leaving it just outside the off stump there, forcing the batter to play. So far though, he's happy to just see off this Cleese over. 1 ball left in the over. Let's see what we've got. Jeffrey Cleese coming in to deliver this last ball at the stumps there, just short of a full length there, played behind, backward point there. The 2 men in the deep coming around. They're going to get back through for 2. This is good running between the Spider Monkeys here. 4 off the first over. Good start for both teams. So obviously we've got our man out in the middle there, Pete George, mic'd up as well. I think we've got both umpires mic'd up here today. Both umpires here, going to settle in on this pitch, doing both our semi-finals and then the final later on today. So some awesome umpires we've had here. In fact, all the umpires we've had here at our LMS Wise Australian Champs have done a fantastic job and all been rewarded with some form of finals today. Very good job here by our umpires. Umpiring standard is exceptional. so is the playing standard. You get good umpires when you've got awesome players playing in some of these tournaments here. So Jackson Larkins coming into the attack, the best ranked bowler as far as stats go for the Nite Watchmen. He's 7th best bowler here in Australia at the moment by his stats. He's been the workhorse here for the Nite Watchmen. Obviously, you know, bowls his 4 overs week in, week out. Doesn't always take the wickets, but keeps that economy rate really, really low. Watching him yesterday in the quarterfinals, around 16 in the quarterfinals here. Didn't take many wickets, got a few, but just hitting the spot ball by ball. That one there, leaving that one outside about 5th, 6th stump line. Cut away nicely by Adil Hussein's just going to get through for a single.
You got that arm? Nice, Paddy.
Go, Jacko. Go, boys. Go, Jacko. All day. Go.
The boys are up and ready for this one here, the Nite Watchmen. Last time these two teams faced. Very good delivery there from Jackson Larkins. Just that 4th stump line, just short of a good length there. Hassan trying to guide that one down, but just not getting anything on that, bouncing over his bat. Good work in this pitch here. Look at that one again. Yeah, that's some great bounce. And he just got underneath that, Hassan. I don't think he was expecting it to get up on him that quick. Dot ball there, handy dot ball here for Jackson Larkins. This is what he does. Coming in for his 3rd delivery here.
Wide ball.
It's a wide ball there. Tailing away late, but tailed away too much there. He's going to have to re-bowl that one there. Free run there for the Spider Monkeys.
Yeah. It's ready to come.
Jackson Larkins coming in for the 3rd delivery of this 2nd over here. Just outside the stump there, slashed at by Hassan. Keeper Patrick Hanson's going to get around to that one there. Underarm that one back. Bowling, Jacko is the call from the big Jeffrey Cleese here down on the boundary. You can hear on our ambience mic there. And just a really good ball here. As I said, Jackson Larkins, it's very rare that he bowls a wide. He's usually just straight up and down the line there. Bit fuller than the previous ball that Hassan played and missed at. Hassan trying to guide that one there through the covers, not getting a hold of it. Oh, at the legs there. Looks like it's hit pad. I don't think we got any bat on that one there, but the boys are going to come through for a single nonetheless. Let's see what umpire Pete George says. Leg by signalled there. So, yes, straight into the pads there. Jackson Larkins on the money early. Gee, that's a good camera angle there that we're able to get following that ball along. And how good's the slow-mo? Seeing that one smack straight into the pad there. That would still hurt. Jackson's not the slowest bowler going around. Obviously, we've got quicker in the attack, and obviously, the Spider Monkeys have some very good bowlers themselves. But he just gets in on you really quickly there. Worked away for a single there by Adil Hussein. The lefty just pushing that one through for a single to get through this over. 8 from the first 2 for the Spider Monkeys.
Over.
The Nite Watchmen boys here obviously coming into the knockouts as the #1 seed after being dominant in all their matches so far, and actually they haven't put a foot wrong so far this tournament here through 4 days, winning every single one of their matches, making it into the knockouts dominantly, winning their round of 32 match dominantly, winning their round of 16 match yesterday morning against the Buddies Jarjums, cruising through, and then obviously taking down the mighty second 11 yesterday afternoon. You would have seen here on the live stream, and they did that easy with ease. They definitely had plenty in the sheds there. Just great bowling there. I'd say these are probably the 2 best bowling lineups we've got here at our LMS Wide Australian Champs. So it's going to be an awesome battle between the bat and ball, because both teams can bat as well. Don't get me wrong. Both teams are definitely here for a reason. And I would say this is probably going to be, you know, early call here would be, I'd say, you know, the winner of this semi-final, good chance to go on and take the Australian Championship later on today. But they've got to get through this one first. Obviously, 2 juggernauts, I would say, of last man stands cricket here in Australia. Nite Watchmen and the Spider Monkeys. Right in there at the stumps there. Cut away by Hassan off about the off-stump line. Guided nicely down there. The boys are up and about in the field early, not letting any 1s turn into 2s unnecessarily. Great stuff. So big Jeffrey Cleese, no wickets so far, but has been on the mark from ball 1. Coming in for his 3rd delivery here. He bowls it full and outside that stump there. Left alone by Adil. Adil looked like he wanted to have a crack at that one there, but thought the better of it. Happy to just see off this Cleese over, it looks like, for the Spider Monkeys. Just Slight field change here for the Nite Watchmen. Just the man out in the deep, sort of that really deep fly slip region, sweeping the boundary there. It's coming down a bit straighter. Played nicely through the cover there by Adil. Man coming in off the rope there. He's going to get in there. They're going to get back for two there. Good running between the wickets by the Spider Monkeys. One ball left in this third over. So far, I think both teams will be happy with this. Obviously, the Spider Monkeys not taking any risks early here because they can't afford to with this awesome bowling lineup. They've got the batting depth, but quick wickets here is what the Nite Watchmen are chasing, and obviously keeping those runs down as low as possible. Both teams will be pretty happy with this start. Definitely a platform the Spider Monkeys will want to build upon here. Swing and a miss there from Adil, trying to heave that one over to the leg side there. Finishing with a crucial dot.
Scores none for 12.
None for 12 after 3 overs. So 6 off 10 for Hassan, 5 off 6 for Adil. Both men still out there, but geez, runs look like they're going to be hard to come by early on here when the Nite Watchmen are bowling this well. Spider Monkeys, though, batting first, will be checking out this wicket, seeing what they can get out of it, because they've got a very good bowling lineup themselves. Hard to pick which one's the better bowling lineup, so it's definitely going to be a great tussle between bat and ball here today at Sam Loxton Oval. Day 5 of the LMSY's Australian champs. Jackson Larkins comes in to deliver the first ball of this fourth over. Big appeal there. Finger goes up. Jackson Larkins gets a big wicket of Hassan. He's got to go. 1 for 12. Let's have a look at that one again on the replay there. A quick fielding change just before he comes in. A lot of things to think about here for Jackson Larkins. But straight on the spot there, coming in to deliver this ball right arm over the wicket. Full. Hassan takes a few steps down the wicket. Gets a nice edge there.
I'm so used to doing it on the third ball.
Yeah.
Because
It's ready to come,
when you
Let's have a look at that one again. So Hassan comes down the wicket. Yeah, definitely an edge there. Nice thick top edge there from Hassan. Hassan knew it. He's got to go. So 1 for 12, a big wicket there for the Nite Watchmen early, putting the pressure back on the Spider Monkeys. Yeah, so look, Jackson Larkins, the man doing it all, changing the field, helping out his skipper there, looking after his own figures, taking a big wicket there, and the Nite Watchmen are pumped. So the next man in for the Spider Monkeys, Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell, the second best bat by stats here in Australia, third best in the world, so definitely not someone you want to see coming in at number 3 here. But the Nite Watchmen bowling lineup, they were watching these boys play yesterday afternoon. Let's see what they've got in store for them. Jackson Larkins comes in for the second ball. Oh, half chance there for the Nite Watchmen. Rattlesnake not sure where that one's going. It looks like he's going to be gifted 4 for it. That's going to roll away for 4. Half chance there. Let's have a look at that replay again because I want to see what happened there. Obviously, we're a fair way away here in the commentary box, but awesome to have a camera like this here so we can see what's going on.
Both sides of the bat, mate.
Yeah, so just that little inside edge there. The Rattlesnake playing the wrong line of that. Obviously, when you've got this little amount of fielders here, and the boys are in a power play actually at the moment, I forgot to mention. Jackson Larkins usually employs the power play for his first couple of overs. We've got 4 men here on the offside there. Just missed leg as word from Pete George there, but rolled away for 4. Handy runs for the Spider Monkeys. There we go. That's a wide ball called there from umpire Pete George. It's definitely the side of the wicket you want to be bowling at, forcing Jake O'Connell to play towards the field. Obviously, he's got 5 off 2 here. He'll be happy so far. But the field setting here by the Nite Watchmen, they've definitely got a bowl towards it. Obviously, Jackson Larkins probably trying to take a wicket early there with the ball before. He's got to re-bowl it again, says Pete George. Just outside the line of off stump there, beating the bat once again, Jackson Larkins. He is up for this today, ladies and gentlemen. 1 for 8 off 1.3 so far. Let's roll that one back. Beating the bat there again. That's actually a very similar delivery to the one that we previously got a wicket with. So Jackson Larkins finding his spot early. Obviously the boys playing on this pitch twice yesterday. They know what they're going to get out of it as a bowling unit, and they've got a good bowling unit here. Not much you can do with one like that. Jake picking that ball up there, giving it back to the bowler. A bowler himself probably admiring, having a look at this wicket, seeing what he might be able to get out of it later. So a cross-seam ball there, Pete George is letting us know. It's good to have an umpire of this calibre here who can tell us what's going on out in the middle there. Geez, that's a big heave-ho into the offside there. He's pulled that from a long way there. One bounce and the man on the fence here on the DP is going to throw that one in. Nice work in the field here by the Nite Watchmen, getting through 4 overs. 1 for 18. Jeez, look at that beautiful beard there of Matthew Steinhardt. The man is an absolute rig in his own regard. What a specimen. Hands on the hips there.
There's he nailing you. Those magpies are brutal, aren't they?
You going again? No. Me? Yeah.
So it looks like the man who's doing the awesome fielding here in the deep is going to get gifted with an over shortly here. A very handy bowler himself, Matthew Steinhardt is.
I don't know.
Jeffrey Cleese coming in for his 3rd over here. Very economical, none for 8 off 2.
I'm just going to bowl speed to the righty.
So the boys down on the fence here talking about their plan earlier that we can hear on the mic that we've got right here on the rope. Jeffrey Cleese coming in for his 3rd over in a row there. Played through the covers there. Jackson Larkins, the bone has just been doing it with the over. So they're going to get back through for 2 there. Changing the field while fielding the ball.
That's a no ball. To me on the offside.
Come on!
Yeah, it's the 5th over. I did yell it out. I said end of power play.
He said it. Adam, keep going!
Free hit.
Nite Watchmen here needing to adjust their field. A costly little error there, having too many fielders on the offside end of the power play. And Pete George did hear it. We did hear it here. So free hit. As is token for last man stands cricket. When you get given a free hit, you are going to load up and you want to put that one 50 rows back. Jeffrey Cleese going through the defence of Jake Rattlesnake O'Connell. Let's have a look at that one again, because it was awesome to see leg stump go cartwheeling, but it's just going to go down as a dot ball here. Straight through the defence of Jake O'Connell on a free hit. Dot ball, a handy dot ball. Now we've got to fix up those stumps there. Cleese, what are you doing to us, mate? So maybe that's the plan. Bowling at that leg stump there. He's shown that that's a weakness in his armour there. Down the leg side is not what you want to see here as a follow-up ball from that delivery, the previous one. That's 3 runs they're going to gain for nothing. Spider Monkeys 1 for 24 after 4.2.
There's a little noise, but it was nowhere near him. Maybe his bat brushed his pad or something like that.
So Jeffrey Cleese bowling really well so far. Obviously unfortunate for him that the fielders were in the wrong spot there for the no ball. Fixing that one up there, played through the covers there. Jackson Larkins is going to come around, knee into the turf, textbook fielding, getting that one back in. They're going to come through for a single. I tell you what, this is the region where it looks like Adil and Jake O'Connell want to target. Obviously for Jake, this is a nice cover drive and he plays that shot very well. And for Adil, this is his cow corner slog across the line spot here. A man like Jackson here on the ropes, very quick in the field. Is the man that you want there. So Adil having a swing, not connecting with that one there. Great bowling here from Jeffrey Cleese.
On Jeffrey, finish him off here.
Jeffrey Cleese coming in for the last delivery of this 3rd over. Been another good one here from Cleese in at the pad there, just brushing it on the way through. A dot ball there. Excellent keeping by the man Patrick Hansen behind the stumps.
That's 1 for 25 after 5.
1 for 25 after 5. Here is the call from Pete George out in the middle.
Let's come off something. Still, give me something to do.
Mitchell?
Right, I'm over, isn't it?
Hey. Best ball now. Spoily's fun, Mitchell. Spoily's fun. Oh, Mitchell!
beating the bat with his first delivery of the day, Mitchell LaPrue. Wasn't used much yesterday by the Nite Watchmen in their bowling attack. Their sweep through of the Jarjums and the second 11. I think he got one over in against the second 11, but was not needed against the Jarjums. Very handy bowler in his own regard, Mitchell LaPrue. Steams in, can bowl it in short and at the body if needed here, but so far they're pitching it up here, trying to make the Spider Monkeys play. Beating the bat again. These Nite Watchmen bowlers have the Spider Monkeys in all sorts so far. 2-dot balls, a handy way to start the over. Mitchell LaPrue with the third delivery of his first over. Targeting those stumps there, played into the leg side by Jake O'Connell, fielded by the big man Matthew Steinhardt. Getting that ball up there, back to his bowler on the full too, mind you. This is a long boundary here at the Runaway Bay Cricket Club, but making it look easy here is the Nite Watchmen. Geez, they'd love another quick wicket here to get this to get those wickets going. Mitchell LaPrue coming in for the fourth delivery outside the off stump there, but heaved to the leg side there along the ground by Adil. Jackson Larkins coming in off the boundary line, just getting that one back in there. The score is going smoothly here for the Spider Monkeys. They'd love a few more boundaries here. No boundaries so far, except obviously the 4, the inside edge there from Jake O'Connell to start off his campaign here. They'd want some more here to put a nice score on here, because this Nite Watchman lineup can bat as well.
Guys, after 6 overs, scores 1 for 27.
So lots of cricket happening on the eastern coast of Australia here. Obviously being a Sunday, this is our usual LMS day across the country. Lots of games going on in Brisbane, lots of games going on down in Sydney. One score I want to point you guys to in the spring friendlies down in the inner west down in Sydney. After 11.2 overs in the Japtown Cash Memorial game. An astronomical score down at Flockhart Park. Definitely keep those scores in the back of your mind. After 12 overs, new to cricket, 152 for the loss of no wickets. That is an insane score. Must be a postage stamp they're playing on down there. Shout out to our man KB. He's been up here on the comms, umpiring up here with us on the Gold Coast. But he's headed back down for some of those games there. What a man. No rest for the wicked. 4 runs off the bat here for the Spider Monkeys. A handy boundary. Matthew Steinhardt's over, starting with a boundary. Not what you want to see if you are a fan of LMS Bow Desert and the Nite Watchmen. The boys on top here early, but a few boundaries like that, and this game can shift in an instant. Projected score at the moment sitting at 100, a run a ball. Probably not going to be enough if that's what it ends up being, but plenty of time left for the Spider Monkeys to build here. Played across the line in the air by Adil. Jackson Larkins not going to get there. 4 more. Love to see that shot again. That was a good shot across the line there. So Matthew Steinhardt coming a little bit straighter here with this second delivery. On the stumps there, and that is Adil's bread and butter coming in at the pad there. Using the pace of Matthew Steinhardt, putting a nice bit of bat speed in there as well. One bounce over the rope there. Let's see what Steiny's got in store here. Fuller and straighter there from Matthew Steinhardt, played in through the cover region. The boys are going to get back through for 2. Spider Monkeys trying to get as much as they can out of this over. 10 off the first 3.
You only got about this much for front foot. About an inch. Okay, all good. Thanks.
Steiny coming in again, 4th delivery, nice in the block hole there, kept out by Adil. But when you've got all your fielders back on the rope, they're going to get back through in for 2. Great running between the wickets here by Adil and Jake. 12 from the Steinhardt over, a lot of pressure being squeezed out here. All the other bowlers so far have been very economical, but this is where the Spider Monkeys are trying to cash in. They've probably targeted this man. They've done their research themselves. A very good team, the Spider Monkeys, out of the Sydney region. 2 Sydney teams here in our semi-finals today. The Western Swingers up later on today against the Bomb Squad. Big appeal there! Straight through him, Matthew Steiner, finally finding a good line there, getting through the defence of Adil Hussain. 2 for 39 after 7.
Not often I feel like I have to put my finger up for a bowl.
Let's see that one again. Not often you feel like you have to put your finger up for a bold.
Like nipped away.
Nipped away is the word from Pete George. Just have a look here.
Yeah, just
Steiny.
clipped it.
Clip
Just
top of
clipped
the
it.
bow.
Just clip the bail. Let's have a look and
Yep,
see what
that
we
is
get on
supposed to
our
be
camera here.
39 after 7.
So he's beaten the batter deal, trying to play across the line. That there goes that bail. Perfect delivery there, taking the off bail. I tell you what, if you're an Australian cricket selector,
Are you looking at
don't look at the
the
first 4
thing?
balls that Stein bowled that were a little bit loose. But he is worshipping the top of off, taking that off bail just like you would see Hazelwood and Stark do. Test match after test match for the Aussies, and the Ashes coming up this summer will be a cracking effort. So if we get a few injuries in the Australia camp, I definitely think Steinhardt's phone will be blowing up after a delivery like that. So I don't think they want to go for 12 and over in the Ashes. I think quality batsmen like the English team that will be coming over will do a bit more with this, but an excellent delivery nonetheless. A deal's got to go.
Cleese, you got to get one of those big, the floppies that are down there, mate.
Yeah, I had one on, but it's a bit small. I was so confused as what Paddy was appealing for.
Batsman name?
It's already clipped my head.
Batsman name?
I think he was celebrating.
He caught it, but then he celebrated. I don't know if that's out or not.
There's Hassan Mohammed.
Because he's going, yeah, and then...
No, it's not on the thing. No, I swear.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, let me check.
All good, right?
Yep.
So the next batsman in for the Spider Monkeys, a handyman that's obviously played a lot of games here for the Spider Monkeys. Ziad Abbas coming in yesterday, and did he do some damage there in their round of 16 match in the quarterfinals? Here in the semi-final for the Spider Monkeys, I want some runs out of him here, but Z is also excellent with the ball in hand. Mitchell LaPrue coming in for his second over here. Right on the money early. Jake having a big swing at that one there, guiding that one down towards the boundary. The big rig, Michael Bailey's not going to get there. 4 runs. I tell you what, that's the perfect moment there where I want to see that big rig sliding across the luscious outfield here at the Runaway Bay Cricket Club. Trying to save it with his foot, it looks like. So it looks like Jake wanted to play that one out through the covers there, just getting that thick outside edge there. But when you've only got 8 fielders, 3 on each side, no, he didn't get there at all. When you've only got 3 fielders on each side, it is really hard to be bad at that. In a conventional field, you've got a man there that would be able to sweep that one up. May carry through to the slip region, but a thick outside edge. Very safe shot here in LMS cricket. 4 runs given to it for Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell, 18 off 14. Ziad Abbas yet to face a ball.
Bag comes in handy occasions.
We'll give you some more scores from around the grounds here at the Runaway Bay Cricket Club, and any other scores here in Australia that are worth a shout. Great delivery there from Mitchell LaPrue. Yorker length, Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell not being able to get any bat on that. He's got this in him, Mitchell LaPrue. He can bowl full and straight and fast, but he can also drop it in short to trouble a batsman when he needs to. Yeah, perfect delivery there by Mitchell LaPrue. Looks like Jake might have got some bat on that just to keep that away from those off stump and that leg stump there. Straight down the ground here, the man Matthew Steinhardt doing excellent work sweeping on the long off boundary. Taking his moment here, get himself on camera. Big frame there, doing a great job on the line here. So we've got the 2 tall towers here. We've got Jeffrey Cleese here at long on. Matthew Steinhardt here at long off. Grabbing a drink after that fielding effort as well. Awesome man, another man from LMS Boat Desert. Helping out the boys here, trying to get them some water in here, keep them hydrated. The boys here wanting to go deep today, make it to their first Australian Championships final in their 2nd appearance here. Guided down there, Jackson Larkins running hard along the boundary there, picking that one up with ease. They're just going to get a single for that. So Z off the mark. Nice and early, some good intent early for the boys to just...
Had a hard time celebrating a bowl. I'll get his thoughts on it after 10.
Mitchell LaPrue coming in with the last ball of his 2nd over. That one's gone a long way up in the air. Looks like it might go too far. Matthew Steinhardt is backing up with it. Puts it down. That's a wicket you want really early. That one went a long way up. I'm sure we'll get a replay of that to see how he tracked it. Is that going to cost the Nite Watchmen here? That wicket of Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell would have been handy to pick up here. Let's have a look. So just a bit
46.
shorter there. Jake getting right underneath that one, getting too much on it. Got him too high up on the bat there. Stein charged in very hard and backing up. Geez, they are tough to catch. Let's have a look. Yeah, he just backed up too far as well. Obviously came in a long way to try to get to that one there. But when you're trying to back up on those ones, they are very tough to catch.
Yeah. Whiplash there.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually underrated how difficult it is to catch with a clear sky. You get no reference point with the clouds and stuff.
Some
Take it
insight.
right on over again, mate.
Some insight there from umpire Pete George. Obviously Matthew Steinhardt with his previous delivery taking the big wicket of Adil Hussain. Good follow-up delivery here. First ball to Jake O'Connell in this 9th over. Just played down the ground there, just beating the hand of Steinhardt in his follow-through. The big man, Jeffrey Cleese, getting on the camera there, refusing to wear the floppy because he says his head is too big. Let's have a look at that one again. Yeah, he tracked in a long way. Obviously, they are really hard ones to gauge, especially how high up that went. That one went very far up. I would use the whole cliche of it would bring rain, but there is not a cloud in the sky here on the beautiful Gold Coast here for day 5 of our Last Man Stance Australia Champs, brought to you by Wise. No chance of rain today. I'm saying it now. This is a beautiful day for semi-final and final cricket. And for anyone around the grounds here, especially up here in Queensland, not sure what the weather's like down there in Sydney with my man KB at the Japtown Cash Memorial game. Cracking shot through the covers there by Ziad Abbas. He does not miss out there. A couple of bounces, smashing into the fence there. 4 runs. Lacey checking to see if there's any chunks taken out of that one there. That was hit very hard here as we look at it again. Yeah. Safe shot. Very safe, calculated shot. Smacked through the cover region there by Z. Follow-up delivery from Steinhardt is down the leg side there. Another cheeky run for free for the Spider Monkeys. Their projected score slowly getting up there. 121 is the projected score now. Steinhardt's got to bowl that one again. Steinhardt into Ziad Abbas again. 6 off 4 here so far. Pushing A1. They're going to try turn for 2 here. Great running between the wickets here because that one's not gone as far as the Nite Watchmen would have liked. Just tapped. They're going to get back 3 for 3 on the misfield there. Great running between the wickets here by the Spider Monkeys. Taking advantage of the little fielding error by Jackson Larkins. A rare fielding error, but a fielding error nonetheless. Yeah, overshot that one there. And in his walk back to the ball, the boys taking every run on offer here. They know that they're up against a quality outfit here of the Nite Watchmen. And they know that every run they can squeeze out of this 20 overs will definitely be an extra run that they have to defend here in this crucial semi-final here. Obviously, winner going through to the final, loser putting their feet up, and they'll have to watch the final knowing that they could have been there had some things gone differently. Jeffrey Cleese not making the same mistake.
Score is 2 for 56.
Big Jeffrey Cleese ensuring that there's going to be no extras off his fielding there. Picking that one up there, watching the batsman before he throws that one in. So at the end of the over, we're changing ends as we do in Last Man Stands cricket. 10 overs from each end. Game's done in just over 2 hours. And if you've not played much cricket before, you're an old cricketer, you want to get back into it, Last Man Stands is definitely the game for you. Plenty of leagues worldwide played by almost millions of people. A lot of people have played Last Man Stands cricket over the year. And obviously we've got 40 of the best teams here in Australia that have joined us for our Australia Champs. All of them having a fantastic time. Last Man Stands cricket, you can truly start local playing down the park with your mates and obviously go global. Our defending Australian champions, the Western Swingers, enjoying their time over in the UK at the Worlds recently. They're also joined by Bow Desert Stalwarts, the Bouchers of Bow Desert, and the boys from LMS Ipswich up here in Queensland as well, the Abusement Park. So good bunch of teams there, obviously loving their visits to the UK. Played down the ground nicely. Michael Bailey, the skipper, bringing himself into the attack here. Jake wants 2, but I think Z wants to have a crack at Michael Bailey here. Great fielding there by Mitchell LaPrue in stride, the big rig. Bowling well today, and obviously if he gets a chance with the bat later, can do some damage very quickly, similar to Jake in his own regard. Michael Bailey coming in for the second delivery of this 10th over before we switch ends. Just played late there by Z, punching that one in to the offside there. They're going to come through for a single. Probably could have pushed 2 there had they wanted it, because Michael Steinhardt took a little bit of time there to come off the rope. They're going to settle for the single.
Come on, mate.
A lot of voices in your head while the ball's on its way down, is it?
Michael Bailey, third delivery here in this 10th over.
Oh, good, Nick.
Played nicely into the offside there again. Michael Bailey finding his spots early. No risks taken so far for the Spider Monkeys, appreciating that Michael Bailey's hitting the pitch for once. Yeah, just guiding it down there. Obviously the man is right on the rope there. Defensive field set here by the Nite Watchmen. The 2 early wickets so far though. They'll be happy. Played down the ground here. Mitchell Laprou's tracking that one nicely. Mitchell Laprou with the dive, keeping that one in. Excellent fielding by the Nite Watchmen boys there. Great fielding, Mitchell Laprou. I'll even applaud that. Well done, son.
Good work, brother.
That is some great fielding there. The Nite Watchmen know as well every run that they can save is going to be crucial if they are to make it through to the final later. Let's watch that again. Mitchell Laprou. Yeah, perfect. Excellent slide there by Mitchell Laprou.
Good, lads, good.
Actually, might watch that one back a little bit
Guys,
later
that's
here.
over.
2 for 61
10
after
down.
10. I'd actually love to watch that again. I don't know if
10.
Mitch's foot hit the ground when he fumbled it the second
Jake.
time there. Let's see if we can pull that one up again. Let's see how good my man Kai next to me is. So 10 gone. 61 after 10. So let's have a look at that one again. I'll turn these umpires down the middle down so we can focus here. So the first grab, definitely clean. Well inside the rope there. So he's lost contact with the ball there. It's whacked him in the arm. Just love to have a look here. Looks like he was about to kiss the ball there. Nah, just inside the line there. Yeah, and the ball's out of contact there by the time he touches the rope. Jeez, and even Pete George knew that from all the way out there. Jeez, he's got some good eyesight there. Obviously, we've got the close-up here of the camera. That's a perfect bit of fielding there by Mitchell Laprou, knowing where his body is in space, which is something I can't say for a lot of cricketers. Yeah, let's watch that one more time. So great slide there, the gut slide there, and yep, just that punch away, keeping it in, and Jeffrey Cleese obviously coming over to help his man out. So 2 for 61 after 10. I reckon the Nite Watchmen will be happy with this. We're see not much of a breeze around here today, but when the breeze has been coming all week long here at the Runaway Bay Cricket Club, they were batting with the wind had it have been here. So hitting into it now, and as I say that, the breeze just slightly picks up there to remind us that it's hanging around. A nice, beautiful day here on the sunny Gold Coast for day 5 of the LMS Wise Australia Champs. 22 degrees at the moment. It is up top of 24 at this stage. Matthew Steinhardt coming in from the top end for the first ball from that end. Flicked up in the air. That one's been dispatched. 6 runs. Wind or not, you are not stopping that from flying over the rope there from Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell. Let's watch that one back there again. Looks like it come in at the pads there. Jake looking very comfortable. Big step down the pitch there. All the weight on the front foot there. Flicking that one well off his pads. That's going to take some fetching. We've just got that one back in there. Not the first ball you want to bowl when you've had an excellent first 10. 67 after 10.1. Obviously 49 more balls left in this innings for the Spider Monkeys. Let's see what they can get out of it. Straight down the ground there, taking out middle stump with the bat. Jake O'Connell throwing his bat, because that was for sure going for 4 had there not been stumps there. That was hit hard. I would not be surprised if that's done some damage to our stumps here. Jeez, these stumps have taken some beating here on the main field today. We see Jeffrey Cleese going through Jake O'Connell on a free hit there. That goes down as a very glorified dot. That was hit hard. Handy dot there. So the 9th fielder employed by the Nite Watchmen, those sets of stumps, helping the boys out here. That was for sure going for 4. No one was stopping that. Played through the cover region there. Big lofted swing there by Jake O'Connell. Knee into the turf there by Jeffrey Cleese. I reckon he knows that camera's following him. He knows. He would have been watching the games yesterday, knowing that that camera's going to be on him every time the ball comes near him. So this was the first, this was the second one here, the follow-up from the 6th. And there goes that stump there. Umpire Diraj getting out of the way very quickly, otherwise that was coming straight through him. And after that shot, to be honest there, actually, you wouldn't see it here on the coverage, the Nite Watchmen, so Jeffrey Cleese didn't have to move for that ball after that, because they've actually straightened the fielder there, knowing that Jake is going to target that boundary straight down the ground. Ziad Abbas, his first shot at Matthew Steinhardt from this end. Played through that cover region there. Looks like the big rig, Michael Bailey's charging it off the rope. They're going to get back through for an easy 2. We'll give the boys down in Sydney Flockhart Park there again for the Japtown Cash Memorial Game. New to cricket, 1 for 205 after 18 overs. I don't know if they're still new to cricket, but if they are new to cricket, that is a fantastic score in the inner west of Sydney there. Johnny Cash Memorial boys, they're going to have some work to do here, trying to chase down this total, what it gets to. 6 runs here for Ziad Abbas. Flicking off the legs, going bigger than Jake O'Connell earlier, I must say. That is a cracking shot. 2 for 76 after 11. So Ziad Abbas just watching that ball out of the hand. Again, that foot going straight down the wicket there. And Ziad Abbas does not miss those. That has gone straight over the cow corner boundary. Doesn't matter how far out they put that boundary. All Jackson Larkins could do was just look up and watch. So 1 for 37 from these 3 overs, Matthew Steinhardt. Got a crucial wicket there. Obviously the big wicket of Adil Hussain. That's a big wicket. It's a wicket you definitely want. But geez, when it's bringing out the man Ziad Abbas, 19 off 9. Might have been a wicket you might have want to kept out there for a little bit longer. Obviously Adil facing good pick of the bowling here. The opening lineup here of the Nite Watchmen here. A little bit loose here at the moment here. The Spider Monkeys trying to counterpunch here. Projected score now up to 138. Skipper Michael Bailey coming back into the attack here. Hopefully he can squeeze some more pressure, put some more pressure back on the Spider Monkeys and hopefully pull out another wicket. Moving those feet nicely is Jake O'Connell, sending that one the furthest we've seen today. That one looks like it's going to make its way into the bush. Shot, moving those feet down the pitch, picking that one up early, sending it over the rope. Trent Spring, one of the other men here for the Nite Watchmen, doing some fielding there in the deep. I don't know how far deep you can put him, but there, that's gone. Yeah, giving that a lot of flight there. Plenty of time for Jake to move down. Excellent footwork there, sending that one 25 rows back, I'd say, if we were here at the Gabba. So what's the follow-up delivery for Michael Bailey? First over going for 5. First ball of this one going for 6. Moving those feet again. This time, man comes in, takes the catch. Mitchell LaPrue on the rope. 6 and out. Backyard cricket rules in play here. 3 for 82. Jake's not happy as he walks past umpire Pete George there at square leg. He is kicking himself. That one should have gone back as far as the first. He's got to go. 1 for 11 the figures for Michael Bailey. A good follow-up delivery here. Let's watch that one back. So not as high in the delivery there from Michael Bailey. Getting him on the half volley there, Jake putting that one straight down the throat of Mitchell LaPrue, taking it in there on the hip. An excellent catch there. I reckon Pete George actually might go back because he's looking good there at square leg in that frame there. So watching that one back in. Came in very quick. So takes some catching there from Mitchell LaPrue, but very nicely taken there. Well done, Mitchell LaPrue. Well done, Michael Bailey. Brings out Brad McGrath to the crease. I tell you what, we were looking at that score there of New to Cricket, who are on 208 after 19.2. But how about this? North Brisbane, the home of Nice Gary and the Humble Hibernators. Both teams did a great job here, making it through to the round of 16. Both losing there in the round of 16. North Brisbane, Division 4. The wicket flickers after 20 overs. No wickets, 271 runs. It is a lot of runs. Probably over there at Marchant Park, I might say. So not the biggest ground there, but you've still got to hit them. Played nicely by Brad McGrath there. He's going to come through for a single. So Ziad Abbas, 19 off 9. Brad McGrath opening up his account with a single. So now's a chance for the Nite Watchmen to stem the flow of runs here, take some more wickets here and put a lot of pressure on this Spider Monkeys lineup. Just watching that replay there of Jake O'Connell holding out there to Mitch LaPrue. He holed out yesterday actually on the main field here too. Looks to be the way to get him out. Can hit a long ball there, but if he doesn't quite get a hold of it, you got to take your chances because he doesn't give too many, does the big man Jake O'Connell. Just a single there for Ziad Abbas, bringing Brad McGrath back on strike. One ball left in the over here. What's Michael Bailey got in store for us? Just played a nice cut shot there in front of the man at point. Steinhardt coming in off the rope, going to underarm that one back through. Just getting through for another single there. So that's 3 for 85 after 12.
Overs, 3 for 85.
So, after the first ball going for 6, a catch, 3 singles. Good follow-up there from the first ball being sent a long way back, it must be said. Michael Bailey on the mark here in his second over, picking up the big wicket of Jake O'Connell. Mitchell LaPrue, the man of the hour, taking an aggressive catch there on the rope. That would take some catching. I'm sure his hands are a little bit sore there from that. That came in quick on him. None for 9 from his 2 overs, Mitchell LaPrue. Let's see what he's got in store from this end. Both of his overs being bowled from this commentary end. That wind's starting to pick up ever so slightly here. Obviously, the boys are going to be hitting into the wind here. But when they were playing shots like that, doesn't matter how much wind you've got, that's flying through. Mitchell LaPrue beating the bat of Brad McGrath here early. Dot ball. Mitchell LaPrue coming in for his next delivery there. Under edge there by Brad McGrath, straight through to keeper Patrick Hansen.
Already.
So Mitchell LaPrue coming in for the third delivery of his third over. Flicked off the pads there by Brad McGrath. The skipper Michael Bailey taking the big wicket of Jake O'Connell the over before. Comes in off the rope to field that one and get that one back in quickly, so they just get through for a single. Hard bat tap here by Ziad Abbas, waiting for the ball from Mitchell LaPrue. In at the legs there, played nicely through the mid-wicket region. Mitchell LaPrue's going to have to do his own fielding, but because the man's had to come away from the stumps, they want to come for 2. Brad sending Ziad back. Just a single there.
Last one.
Mitchell LaPrue, definitely a great fielder, obviously showing his handiwork there with the catch there of Jake O'Connell. Probably would have fancied his chances there had they have taken the second of having a direct hit at those non-strike hand stumps. And what we could see here from the commentary box is the boys were backing him up regardless. So if he had that throw, they wouldn't have got through for any more. Big chance here, and the finger goes up. Costly mistake there, coming back for 2. Brad McGrath's got to go. Excellent fielding there by Svegfu. Was that Corbin? I have to double check there. An excellent shot played just backward of point there, but he came in quick on it there. I actually think that's Corbin Kaminsky. My apologies there. An excellent throw in there just outside the stumps there, so Patrick Hansen's had to do a bit of work there. That bat well and truly short, probably about half a metre to a metre short. Easy decision there for umpire Pete George, who is now at square leg. Let's watch that one back there. The hard one with that one is not getting ahead of yourself there. Patrick Hansen has to make sure he has that ball firmly in his gloves before he goes for those stumps. Punching out middle stump there. Brad McGrath's got a limp off for 3 off 5. Didn't trouble the scorers too much. He'll be dirty on himself there, Brad. So now we've got 4 for 88 after 13 overs. So now, Ziad Abbas joined by Big Mo. I'm not sure if you guys seen it yesterday, but Big Mo hitting a cracking home run off the first ball that he got to face yesterday here on the main field in the Spider Monkeys' triumphant win in their quarterfinal matchup. He sent it about 20 rows back, did Big Mo. So definitely someone who can hit a long ball as well. So the Nite Watchmen, the pressure's not off them yet. This Spider Monkeys lineup definitely can bat all the way through to 8. So can the Nite Watchmen. This will be an excellent match up here. 2 of the better teams we've got here at the Oz Champs. Obviously both in the top 4 seeds here coming into the knockouts.
Wait.
Two
Wait.
teams that,
Just let
the other semi-finalists, obviously they've got to beat each other. Someone's got to make that final. But they will definitely be looking at this side of the draw thinking that it's not over yet. This is not a short done thing. 4 for 88 after 13. So Michael Bailey back into the attack here, picking up the wicket of Jake O'Connell the over before. What's he got in here for Z? Z puts that one up in the air. Jeffrey Cleese coming around there. Straight through the hands of Jeffrey Cleese though. That's a boundary.
Yep. Boundary 6.
Let's see if we can watch that one back there. A good delivery from Michael Bailey. Probably what he was trying to do. Getting that one in quicker. So that first ball that got sent for 6 of the last over was a very one that's flung up there. Jeffrey Cleese getting around there. Going straight through the hands there of Jeffrey Cleese. Not quite getting a hold of that, and that's gone for 6. Jeffrey's dirty on himself down there in the deep. Let's see if he can make up for it here, because that one's coming straight back to that region. No, played a little bit more fine there. Corbin Kaminsky coming in off the boundary there. The man who's just ensured a run out for his boys, giving him a lift. And they know that. They're only going to take the single. So Michael Bailey back. What's he got in store for us here? Flicking the ball in his hands before he starts his run up, giving our umpire a nice little click to say, switch on please mate. I'm about to deliver this one here. Played through the point region, up in the air, bit forward a point there. The two boys coming together there, backing each other up here. The Nite Watchmen making sure there's going to be no extra runs if they can help it. But they're going to come through for a single. Sorry, coming back through for 2. Great run in between the wickets here. Mo hitting that one out there, coming back through for 2. Great run in between the wickets here by Z and Mo.
Wait. Wait 1 second. Yep, go for it.
So Michael Bailey coming in. Played through the cover region there, in the air, but a safe shot there because the fielders are back on the rope trying to defend that boundary. Just a single.
Change when they run out.
Michael Bailey, 1 ball left in his third over, 1 wicket so far. He'll want another one here, up in the air, but that one's big outside edge there. Keeper Patrick Hansen coming around to field that one there. Going to get back through for 2. A slide on his belly there from Ziad Abbas. He wanted the 2 there, making sure he's not going to follow the same fate as Brad McGrath. 100 up for the Spider Monkeys after 14. 4 for 100.
Okay.
So the current rate, 142.
Oh yeah, run out doesn't change the strike. Run out. Yeah.
142 at this rate, 6 and over, dropping it down to 136.
Yeah, I know.
And if I'm a Nite Watchmen fan, 140 is definitely chaseable with the lineup they have, but they want to keep it as close to 140 or lower than that if they can help it. 6 overs left to go, and Mitchell Lapru with 1 left. Let's see what Mitch can do. He's bowled excellently in his first 3, only going for 12 runs. I know you're all waiting for your next Japtown Cash Memorial update. New to cricket, finishing 2 for 214 after their 20 overs. Johnny Cash Memorial boys, they've got some chasing to do there down in the inner west of Sydney. Shout out to KB, our man who's been joining us up here for the week. Making the mad dash yesterday afternoon back down to Flockhart Park to be there today with the boys. What a man. We miss you, KB. A conventional block played there by Mohammed. 3 off 3 now for him. Let's watch that Mitchell Lapru delivery again. Yeah, getting that one in there nice and full in on him, just coming up onto the bat. Mo not looking too comfortable off his legs here, but that's where he sent that 12 yesterday. Down the ground there in the air. Man's going to come around and field it. They're going to come through for 1, look at each other, but not take the second. Big hard tap of the bat there by Ziad Abbas into the turf. We can hear of the Runaway Bay Cricket Club. Just played behind point there. Corbin Kaminsky doing an excellent job here on the line, coming around to field that one there. Played nicely through the offside there by Mohammed Wood, just coming through for a single there. Again, that man's doing a lot of work on the rope there, cutting off twos for sure, turning them into singles here because the Spider Monkeys don't want to lose any more wickets if they can help it.
Last one.
Last ball left for the Mitchell Leproux. Mitchell Leproux impact with the ball. He'd love a wicket here. None for 15 though. Excellent figures here from Mitchie. Played nicely again through the covers there. The one shot they've been able to play to Mitch because he has been on the money there. None for 16 on 4 overs. That is some very economical bowling in a time where the Nite Watchmen were letting the pressure off a little bit, but bringing it right back in here. 4 for 104 after 15. 5 overs to go. So around the grounds here for day 5 of the Wise LMS Australia Champs. In the plate semi-final, the Honey Badgers CC, the boys from South Brisbane, up against the Tasmahawks, champions out of Albury-Wodonga. Honey Badgers 6 for 133 after 18.4. Tasmahawks bowling exceptionally well over there. Over on field 2 here in the Shield semi-final between the Blue Chakras and the Band of Brothers out of Ipswich. So the Blue Chakras out of Sydney, Band of Brothers out of Ipswich. None for 147 after 16 there. I'll give you the last score from around the grounds here shortly after this Michael Bailey delivery.
Wide ball.
Wide ball, very wide outside off stump there, left alone by Ziad Abbas. He'll take the freebie. The last game here, one of the wooden spoon matches we've got on today between Duck Gone, the boys from Beaudesert, and Leaking Runs, the boys from Ipswich. Duck Gone 4 for 216 after 19.1. Just goes to show you the calibre of teams we have here in a wooden spoon game between two of the boys that are looking for a win. The Ducks putting over 200 on the Leaking Runs, and they've got a good side too, the Leaking Runs actually. It'll be interesting to see what they can do in reply. Just a single worked through the offside there by Ziad Abbas, rotating that strike. 34 off 18. Ziad Abbas going at an impressive click here, just under 200. Muhammad Ahmad, 1 ball 5. Trying to guide that one down to the point boundary here. The field has actually gone a lot straighter here for the Nite Watchmen. So the man closest to that one there would be just in front of point. So a vacant boundary down there that would be through a normal slip cordon. Muhammad Ahmad not connecting though. So where our fielders are here on Sam Loxton Oval, we've got long on, long off. We've got a cow corner and we've got a man in deep mid wicket. So deep mid wicket, deep cover, conventional square leg, a conventional point. That one's gone up in the air there. The two men coming around to it. Going to cut that one off, but they're going to get back through for 2. Great bit of fielding in the deep there by Corbin Kaminsky, getting that one back in as quick as he can, cutting off the for sure 4. Played through the cover region, kind of a block, but again, when all your men are on the rope, skipper Michael Bailey, the bowler's going to have to go over and get that one there, but they're going to get through for 2. A calculated block. Not many times you can block a ball and you can get 2, but in last man stands cricket, when every man is on the rope, and those ropes are a long way back here at Sam Loxton Oval, you get away with that sometimes. 4 for 110 with 1 to come in this 16th. So Michael Bailey, his last ball to make his presence here. 1 for 32. Heard that click there in the microphone we've got on our umpire there. Laid just behind point there, the man cutting it off nicely. It's going to get through for a single. Well fielded there. A great field placement there by skipper Michael Bailey. 4 for 111 after 16. Not many boundaries so far for the Spider Monkeys. This has been a great job in the field from the Nite Watchmen. Only the 5 4s that have been hit so far in this innings. 2 of them to Adil Hussain, 2 of them to Jake O'Connell, and 1 to Ziad Abbas out there at the moment. Obviously the 4 6s now. I can't knock them for the 6s. Obviously they were cracking shots. You can't set a field for those. You can't set a field for 6.
One of them coming right up over the wicket.
One of those 6s going through the hands of Jeffrey Cleese down there on the rope, which we've seen earlier. And the other one from Ziad Abbas going a long way. So 2 6s for Jake, 2 6s for Z. Muhammad Ahmad 1 10 after 9, no boundaries so far. That one's gone a long way up. Matthew Steinhardt tracking under that one there. dropping it as well. Is that another costly drop here from Matthew Steinhardt? He looks comfortable. 2 drops in the day for Steiny. Hands on the hips there from Steiny. He knows that's a big wicket there. He knows you need to take the wickets here of the Spider Monkeys to keep them down. Mohammed not getting all of that one there. And look, he looks very comfortable on this delivery. But just not quite getting there. Those hands stretching out right at the last minute there, not getting quite underneath it as best as he thought it did. A costly boundary there, 4 more for the Monkeys. Let's have a look at this one here. So we've dropped the man the ball before, and just having a big swing at that there, the vacant boundary here down behind the keeper there, vacant boundary there, and a good chase by Corbin. He just wasn't quick enough to get there for that. That's costly. When the man should have been going for a hard caught and bowled that did go a long way up, but that's 4 runs that probably shouldn't have been scored. What Steiny got. Fallen straight at those stumps there, played to the leg side there. Mitchell Lapru coming in off the rope, cutting it off for 1. When you're facing a lineup like the Spider Monkeys here, every run that they can get that they shouldn't get may come back and cost you. An excellent bowling lineup the Spider Monkeys have with them today. Obviously, Adil Hussain opening up the batting. Jake O'Connell, both very good bowlers. Also, Reece Longbottom, who I'm sure they've got in the side for this semi-final clash. The 3-headed snake, I'll call it. Obviously, the rattlesnake, backed up by Adil and Reece. It's definitely a bowling lineup, a fast bowling trio. You don't want to come up against in last man stands cricket. That is for sure. Just a single worked off the 4th ball from the Steinhardt Oval. His last ball here, 1 for 43, expensive. Straight through him, picks up a second. An excellent delivery by Steinhardt. Picking up the man he should have had a few balls before. 5 for 117. Let's have a look at that again. Have a look at that Steinhardt delivery again in just a second. As Pete George comes in to fix up those stumps, aided by Patrick Hanson, the keeper for the Nite Watchmen. Bit slower out of the hand from Steinhardt, hitting that length there. Mohammed Aboud coming through, and again just taking the bails, but this time taking the top of middle stump, sending those bails back to Sydney and New South Wales with the Spider Monkeys, hopefully for the Nite Watchmen, making their way through to their first Australian Championships final if they are victorious here today. Spider Monkeys have been there plenty of times before. Might have to do it up against good mates from Sydney, the Western Swingers, if they are victorious later in their match against the Bomb Squad. But for now, 3 overs left in this Spider Monkey innings. 5 wickets down, 5 crucial wickets there, a few costly mistakes. Obviously, Ziad Abbas at the other end was dropped earlier by Jeffrey Cleese. Watching that one again, yeah, straight through him there. Mohammed Wood playing over the top of that. Might have been one of those ones that obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing, but had he have stayed in his crease, he'd probably still be there. Just getting under the bat there, Matthew Steinhardt. A good delivery, so the 2 wickets for 43 runs off 4 overs. Expensive, different to what we've seen so far, but another wicket down. Jackson Larkins starting off with a leg side wide. Very rare to see 2 wides in the innings from Jackson Larkins here, but I think everyone's entitled to a loosener now and again. Maybe today is the day Jackson needs to use those. 1 for 10 from 2 overs though. It's good. He'll want to pick up another wicket here. Obviously, Ziad Abbas, the set man here, 36 off 20 balls at a strike rate of 180. Mick McGrath up the other end there, having not faced a ball yet. So the run rate just under 7 and over. 140 is probably on the cards here. I think the Spider Monkeys might want a bit more than that to feel a bit comfortable. Targeting those stumps there, but Ziad Abbas targeting that boundary down the ground. Gets all of it. Couple bounces, 4 runs.
Boundary 4.
It's very rare that we see Jackson Larkins being pumped for a boundary when he's that full and straight at the stumps. Ziad Abbas making it look easy, just planting that foot straight down the pitch there, putting that one straight over Jackson's head. Pretty safe shot, to be honest there. The fielders aren't getting around when Z hits it this hard. What's Jackson's follow-up here? In at the stumps there, played through the cover region there by Ziad Abbas, just as hard as the first one. Jeffrey Cleese is able to get there. They're just going to walk through for a single. Good follow-up delivery there from Jackson Larkins, pulling that one a bit wider of the off stump there, not targeting those stumps, which was the slot for Ziad Abbas, it looks like. 41 of 22. Ziad Abbas is having himself a field day at the moment here. Definitely projecting the Spider Monkeys score up. And if they win this match, definitely on the back of Z's batting innings so far. Mick McGrath playing that one a bit finer than his counterpart there, Ziad Abbas. Good running between the wickets, though. They're going to get back through for 2. So Caleb Svegfu getting that ball in from the deep. Great shot there through the covers. Caleb Svegfu coming in from the boundary there to field that one there. A little bit of a fumble, which is probably why they got back through for the second. Great running between the wickets by the Spider Monkeys, though. Watching these fielders carefully, grabbing every run they can because they know they're going to need it when it comes to defending this total. Jackson Larkins coming in. Big appeal there from Jackson Larkins. Umpire Daraj says no. Going to come through for a leg bye. Let's have a look at that one again there from Jackson Larkins. Big appeal from Jackson.
I heard 2 noises also going down the leg. It wasn't hitting the stumps right there.
Sounds like bat was involved there, according to the umpire there. Definitely a big appeal from Jackson, but umpiring him a few times. If I'm being honest, he does appeal for everything. And you're always wrong, he's always right. He accepted the decisions from Peter George yesterday. Never accepts some of mine, but that's all right. Good person, Jackson Larkins. Umpired him a lot. Good man to have a chat with on and off the field. Plays hard. Parties even harder off the field with the boys obviously celebrating. Had a great tournament here so far, the Nite Watchmen, hoping to make their way through to the final later. So having a look at the bowling card here, you'd think Jeffrey Cleese is going to bowl his last here and Jackson Larkins going to bowl out as well. Nice looking bowling card there for the Nite Watchmen. Obviously not on the screen anymore, but I'll read you out some figures. So Jeffrey Cleese, the man with the ball. 3 overs, none for 15 so far. Jackson Larkins just finishing his 3rd over, 1 for 19. Mitchell LaPrue, 4 overs, his day is done, none for 16. Matthew Steinhardt, 4 overs, expensive though, 2 for 43, picking up 2 crucial wickets, but going at 10.75 and over in the process. And Michael Bailey, skipper of the Nite Watchmen here this weekend, his day is done as well, 1 for 33 after 4. Jeffrey Cleese into the attack. Targeting those stumps there, played straight down the ground there by Ziad Abbas. The boys are going to cut it off. A dropped catch though. Jackson Larkins following the same fate as Matthew Steinhardt. Spilling that one over the rope for 4. He covered a long way, covered a lot of ground to get there, but it goes down as well. So Ziad Abbas putting another one right up there into the clouds that aren't here. Jackson Larkins getting there, getting there. A lot of work to get over there. Ziad Abbas watching that ball into the hands. Jackson Larkins watching that ball spill out of his hands and over the rope. Ziad Abbas tries to go again, but this time he gets an under edge there, coming down to the man at fine leg here. That's the skipper, Michael Bailey, with the floppy on there, trying to protect himself from the vicious Magpies here. I reckon the Magpies are fed up, to be honest. They've had 4 days of cricket, 4 days of awesome LMS action here on Field 1. I think they've had enough, the boys here, the Magpies. Territorial pests they are, Magpies. Lovely birds, if they're not swooping you, I guess. Great fielding in at the deep there by the Nite Watchmen, cutting that one off there for a single. Mick McGrath getting 4 off 3 so far, just over on a ball. Hasn't faced much of the strike because Ziad Abbas has seen him like pies. Big call here from skipper on the rope here. Michael Bailey trying to egg his boys on. 7 deliveries left in the Spider Monkey innings. I want to try to keep them under 140 if they can, but Ziad Abbas has got other plans. Almost hitting the stumps there, Jeffrey Cleese. 1 ball left to make his mark here on the day. Jeez, he's bowled well. He'd love a wicket here. He deserves a wicket here.
I've missed everything.
Great delivery there from Jeffrey Cleese. Cracking delivery. Hard to play ones like that when they're coming in that quick and targeting your stump. He's got his radar here. 1 ball left in the Jeffrey Cleese over. Stepping across his stumps there is Ziad Abbas, guiding that one down for a single, seeing out Jeffrey Cleese, the big scary fast bowler here for the Nite Watchmen. His day is done.
There's 5 for 134.
5 for 134 after 19. Projected score of 141 because they're going, it's just over 7 and over here. Jackson Larkins, I think he'd do a great job here if he can keep this under 140.
Last over. Little away from you. That's your leg stump.
Ziada Bass just taking a little bit of time out of the game here. Resetting himself. 48 off 27. Ziada Bass has put in an outstanding innings for his team here, going at a strike rate of 177. Larkins into Abbas. Abbas flicking that one off the legs. Looks like he's going to get away with a 4 for that one there. That's Ziada Bass's 50. Well batted, man.
Boundary 4.
52 off 28. 4 4s and 2 6s in the process, where boundaries have been hard to find for the Spider Monkeys here today. That's going to bring Reece Longbottom out to the crease to face 4 of the toughest deliveries you will face in LMS cricket.
Oh, this is Reece.
Great shot there from the Ziada Bass.
Listening with the live stream, but just say whatever you're going to say.
So Reece Longbottom, a man who definitely is not used to coming in this late in the innings, a very handy bat himself. The lefty, we watched him here yesterday, send 2 over the fence into the athletics track. I still haven't seen him hit the ground, to be honest. I've been waiting for them to come back down. He definitely put those into orbit yesterday. Has a big slash at the Larkins ball, almost hitting the helmet on the way through. Almost hitting the helmet. The boys here in the deep there. An excellent slide in front of me here from Corbin Kaminsky, keeping that one in front of him off the boundary rope. The boys are going to get back through for 2, but that was 2 more runs that they've saved.
Oh, it looked bloody close from here.
It was very close indeed, Pete George. I know you can't hear us there, but echoing your thoughts there, that was very close to that helmet there. Could have been a few runs there that the Spider Monkeys would have loved. Great fielding in the deep here by Corbin. An excellent slide there. Skipper Michael Bailey ducking under that arm there. Got 3 balls left in the over here. Jackson Larkins targeting those stumps. Reece Longbottom putting that one a long way up. That's gone for 6. Cracking shot. Lofted cover drive by Reece Longbottom. Made sure of it though. Jeez, that's a good shot. That is a long boundary here. Very long boundaries here on Sam Loxton Oval here for the LMS Wise Australian Champs. That went a fair way back for a shot that he didn't really play too hard. So 2 balls left for Jackson to leave his mark here with the ball. I'm sure he'll come out and open the batting as well later. 146, now 150 is definitely in play. Reece Longbottom going back to back. 6 more. Back to back 6s. We never see this off Larkins bowling. Great shot there. And the Spider Monkey boys are happy. They know these runs are crucial. Let's have a look from that Larkins delivery. Yeah, just a bit shorter. Outside the off stump there. So Reece knows when you've got wickets in the shed there, you may as well have a crack. Gets all of it, 6 more. So last ball here. At the start of the over, we thought 140 was what they were targeting here. A home run here would get him up to 164. And the way Reece is seeing him, it's definitely in play. Larkins just making sure that Mick McGrath stays in his crease here. Dead ball called by umpire Diraj. Maybe that's there as a tactical play just to shake it up. Reece Longbottom seeing him well. Let's see what Larkins has in store for him. That one's gone even further than the other 2. Longbottom taking the home run. Spider Monkeys 164 after 20. 165. He's going to take some chasing. 3 6s over the cover boundary. Reece Longbottom, tactical hitting at the end there for the man.
To finish the innings. 24 runs off the last 3 balls.
How much did they end up on?
164. Yeah, they were 134. They scored 30 off the last over.
30 off the last over.
Yes. Yeah.
Not what we see from Larkins very often. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen that from the bowling of Jackson Larkins. Was my pick of the bowlers going into this over. But geez, Reece Longbottom loved what he's seen there, dispatching him with ease.
164, 165 for...
Let's run through the highlights of that innings. Usually most of these highlights here were with the ball to begin with, but there's definitely going to be some highlights there from the bat late in the innings from Reece Longbottom. Jackson Larkins, a big appeal there. It was the early wicket there of Hassan. Beating the bat early here. The Nite Watchmen were on top of them early, definitely, but geez, you got to think that the Spider Monkeys definitely imposed some good pressure on them there. Adil playing that one off the legs nicely. Larkins not being able to get across to that one there. This was the Steinhardt over here. Steinhardt looks like making his way through Adil. That's right, taking the off bail of Adil. Not many times Peter George says he has to put the fingers up for a bowl, but I don't think Adil knew that it went through him there. The big rig, Michael Bailey, not quite getting over there. I thought he might have got closer to it, but I don't think with the slide he would have got there either. Mitchell LaPrue coming into the attack here. Under edge there from Jake O'Connell. He troubled him early, did Mitch. Jake imposing his 38 off 27 on the game here with a nice shot down the boundary there. That was Steinhardt. This was early on in his innings. Steinhardt coming forward too far, whacking his head on the turf there on the way back through as well. And that was Big Z. Big Z, the man who made 52 off 28. His first boundary there, a nice 4 through the cover region. Ziad Abbas going other side of the wicket now. A hard hit drive down the ground. A good bit of fielding by Mitch LaPrue in the deep there, and we did check that one there. That was definitely kept off the rope. Flick off the legs there by the Rattlesnake. That one went a long way back as well. Steinhardt charging in again. That one there, sure for saved by the stump, sending middle stump cartwheeling. And could that score have been 168 with that boundary there? The Snake wasn't happy. Steinhardt charging in again to Ziad Abbas. Ziad Abbas playing that one even further than the Rattlesnake 6 we seen earlier. So Ziad Abbas and Reece Longbottom, 5 sixes between the two. Geez, Reece Longbottom batted well in his short innings of 26 off 4. Obviously assisted by a home run there. And that was the Rattlesnake sending that one back packing. Here was Michael Bailey coming into the Snake. I'm pretty sure this is where he grabs that wicket there. Yeah, just not sure of that one there. Mitchell LaPrue coming in. An excellent catch in the deep off the hip. Mitchell LaPrue with the ball in hand. Good bit of fielding in the deep here. This was the run out of Brad McGrath imposed by Corbin Kaminsky. Michael Bailey back into the attack here to Ziad Abbas. Ziad Abbas playing that one along, and that one went a long way there, but Cleese came in with the hands straight through the hands. You got to think they had a few chances to take Ziad Abbas's wicket early. The man comes through on 50. And that one went up a long way there. Steinhardt just not getting to that either. He had a tough day in the field there, Steinhardt, didn't he? Played, and that was the ball straight after it, a big outside edge. But when you've got no one in the slips there, that's always going to race away with the pace that these Nite Watchmen boys were bowling with. Sadly for the Nite Watchmen, they only used the 5 bowlers there. Geez, that was a good delivery there by Steinhardt. A good follow-up delivery late in the over to take the wicket. Ziad Abbas, Jackson Larkins, Ziad Abbas just imposing. A man you don't want to come up against, a 4 down the ground. Ziad Abbas going back to back with boundaries. That one there to bring up his, well, this was a 4. Jackson Larkins getting there. And Ziad Abbas again flicking that one off the legs. That brought up his 50. Geez, you had a few chances to take the wicket of Ziad Abbas. Obviously, would that have been beneficial for the boys? Obviously, Reece Longbottom coming in at the end, and we go bang over the covers for 6. Can't even find that with the camera. That one went so quick. Then the next delivery, Reece Longbottom, 6 more of the biggest. Each shot actually got bigger and bigger there, hitting him into the cover boundary. That's a long boundary there. He's hitting them with ease. This is the last ball here. The home run really took the life out of the Nite Watchmen attack here, taking that score from 152 to 164. So in the space of the last 3 balls here, 24 runs imposed by the Spider Monkeys on the Nite Watchmen. It would have been 140 up until then. Just while we wait, so the Spider Monkeys on the field here having a chat while we wait for the Nite Watchmen batsmen to come out. Sadly for the Nite Watchmen, see if it pays off for them. But they're definitely playing a batting lineup here. Obviously, no overs today from Corbin Kaminsky or Caleb Segfu. Caleb and Corbin have been the ones that have been bowling, shooting the lights out with the ball in the previous games. Obviously, we've seen Caleb yesterday here on the main field doing the damage. We've seen Corbin the other couple of days ago take a few wickets, and some the day before as well. The problem is, though, you've got 8 players to play. So obviously they were on there as fielders because obviously nursing some injuries here for Trent Spring and Tom Jelly, another man who does some good damage with the bat there, sitting off for most of that innings. But they were the only bowlers they had to pick of because, they're batting a longer tail. So, the likes of, I'd say, Tom Jelly coming out to open the batting with Jackson Larkins. Trent Spring will come in at number 3, so Trent is a man you couldn't use. Obviously, Matthew Steinhardt, we didn't see him play much yesterday, but can definitely do it with the bat. 165 is definitely chaseable with this lineup the Nite Watchmen have, but geez, it's going to take some work here. A great bowling lineup the Spider Monkeys have. Let's see what they can do. We'll be back shortly. So 165 runs off 100 balls is what the Nite Watchmen will need to make their first berth here at a grand final in our LMS Wise Australian Champs. Just the second time we've seen the Nite Watchmen here at Australian Champs, a fairly new last man stands cricket team. And I hate to say it, last time the Nite Watchmen were here at the Australian Champs 2 years ago on Runaway Bay, the Spider Monkeys were the team that undid them. So, in the one time they've played, Spider Monkeys got the better of them. 165 runs. The Spider Monkeys are not going to make this easy. But Tom Jelly, Jackson Larkins, the 2 openers here for the Nite Watchmen, they've batted well so far over the first 4 days, but none of the bowling they've faced, nothing is going to be as tough as this. 165 runs needed off 100 balls. A run rate of 8.25 from the get-go. I think if they can keep it under 10, obviously hitting into the wind here for the first 10 overs as elected by the Spider Monkeys to start off their innings this way. I think if they can keep it under 10 and over going into the back 10, and they've still got wickets in the shed, obviously a long batting lineup here employed from the Nite Watchmen today. You've got the likes of Tom Jelly and Jackson Larkins out here in the middle. Trent Spring probably coming in at number 3. Matthew Steinhardt can hit a big ball himself, obviously a bit expensive with the ball, so if he comes out here he'll have a point to prove. Mitchell LaProux can hit a long ball as well. Jeffrey Cleese also can do the damage with the bat, and Patrick Hansen. So a very good lineup here. 8 players that would definitely be high up the order in any other LMS team here in Queensland, maybe Australia-wide, so don't count out the Nite Watchmen yet. But this is the number 1 and number 2 bowling lineups we've got here at the LMS Wise Australian Champs, so this is going to be the toughest bowling you have faced and you will face here at the LMS Champs. Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell starting us off. Sharp and at the stumps, a big appeal. Hitting that pad in there. Tom Jelly has not faced anything this quick here at the LMS Wise Australian Champs so far. And I don't think if you played any of the other teams here, you'd face anything this quick. Jake is rapid, and Jake is on the money from ball 1. Jelly coming across there, trying to defend his stumps. Doesn't get the bat there quick enough, though, so Jake troubling him early. Jake O'Connell with the second delivery of this innings. Almost beating the batter, Tom Jelly again. Tom Jelly trying to get off strike. Jackson Larkin saying, no thank you mate, I'm happy standing here without my helmet on. This is some serious heat coming in from Jake O'Connell. 2 dots to start the innings for the Nite Watchmen. Not the start they'd want to get off to, but there's 100 balls. Plenty of time still left in this game. 98 left. First 2 going for dots. Jake O'Connell with his third delivery, targeting those stumps early from around the wicket. Big appeal there. Edge of Tom Jelly. He's got to go for a 3-baller. Jake O'Connell is pumped. The Spider Monkeys are pumped.
On the rattlesnake!
In, then away. Let's have a look at this delivery from Jake O'Connell. Left arm over the wicket. Tom Jelly trying to cut that one away. If he gets any more bat on that and it doesn't go to keeper, Ziad Abbas, that one is going a long way, but he just gets the edge of the bat. A conventional catch there for Ziad Abbas with the gloves. He's not dropping that this early on in the game. Ziad Abbas and the Rattlesnake are pumped. 1 for none. So that brings Trent Spring to the crease. Trent looked good with the bat, but again, this is some serious heat coming in from Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell. A wicket maiden on the cards so far for Jake, and geez, he's looked good. Looks really hard to get away here, and obviously troubling the batsman. Cut away nicely from Trent Spring. He did that with ease. Maybe Tom Jelly should have got a bit lower like that. Is that going to be a boundary? 4 runs for the Nite Watchmen, their first runs of the day. Maybe they should have opened with Trent. Great shot for Trent Spring there. I'd love to see that one back to see something cleanly off the bat. Very similar delivery, but played nicely by Trent Spring. Getting over the ball, to be honest. If he was going to get an edge of that, that was going to be the under edge of the bat. A tactical play here from Trent. We'll get a nice closer look at that one there as Jake O'Connell wheels around, getting ready to bowl his next delivery. Thinking about what he's going to do, thinking about what's the next delivery we're going to bowl here. The Rattlesnake coming in. We'll have a look at this one after here. Fallen straight at the stumps there, kept out by Trent Spring. Good shot there, good defensive shot there. Going to get through for a single there. So 5 off 2. I'd be happy with that. I'd never get a strike rate that high, I don't think. So let's watch that again. Very similar ball to what we've seen Jelly dismissed on. Probably a little bit fuller, but Trent getting that bat above the ball. So his shot was going straight into the ground there, not giving another chance for a catch.
Is this a deal? Is this a deal?
And to be honest, if you're bowling that quick, anything you get on that, if you get enough on it, obviously wasn't a faint edge. We could hear it very clearly through Pete George's microphone there. But if you get a bit more on that and that goes over the top of Z's head, no one's stopping that. That is very quick bowling here from Jake O'Connell, picking up a crucial wicket of Tom Jelly, a man who I thought, if the Nite Watchmen were to be successful early on, would have made a lot of the runs here, but he had to go for none. But Trent Spring, 5 off 2, looks to be the man who's going to put the team on his shoulders here. 5 off the first over, 160 required from 95 balls. Down, but not out, are the Nite Watchmen. Adil charges in to back up the Rattlesnake there. In at the legs of Trent, getting some bat on that, getting through for a single. This previous Spider Monkeys outfit we've seen here 2 years ago did not have Jake O'Connell in it. Adil, the pick of the bowlers, Z, a very handy bowler as well, who's got the gloves at the moment. Addy, an excellent bowler in his own regard. Very tall man, very fast man as well. And if Jackson Larkins gets a few away here early, I would not be surprised if Adil tries to put one in short to try spook Larkins here. Nice and full so far to start with there. Jackson Larkins' front foot not moving, but not getting any bat on that there. So Larkins moving his feet before the ball comes in, but when that ball comes in, that back foot goes back, nothing else moves. Missing that ball by a fair way, to be honest, has to be said. But that's going to be in the back of their mind there now, seeing one of their better bats, Tom Jelly, dismissed for a duck. It's going to be a the minds there. Not played convincingly, but played nonetheless. Jackson Larkins getting some bat on that, trying to go across the line. It's going to roll into... Oh, no, didn't get any bat on that there. Umpire Dill says leg byes. So not played convincingly there by Larkins, trying to push that one and force that one to the leg side there. Flicking off his pad there, they're going to get through for a single though. Runs need to start ticking over here for the Nite Watchmen. A single ball here and then put away the bad balls. There's not going to be many of them with this awesome bowling lineup the Spider Monkeys possess. But they've got to keep themselves in the game here. Dot balls will not help that at all. So Adil Hussain coming in for the last ball of his first over, probably looking for a wicket here. Trent's had a little poke at that, didn't get anything on it there, but we're going to settle for a dot. 1 for 7 after 2.
After 2 overs, scores 1 for 7.
There's just that wicket that Jake O'Connell was able to get, the big crucial wicket of Tom Jelly. Tom Jelly, one of the pick of the batsmen yesterday against the second 11, which got the Nite Watchmen here. Looked very sure, very comfortable at the crease yesterday against the likes of Vaughan, Marty Henderson and co. But did not look comfortable at all facing Jake O'Connell. Reese long bottom into the tack. The third head of this three-headed snake of the Spider Monkeys. Three-pace trio here. Obviously, Reese the slowest of the three, but still quick and in and at you all the time. I'd say he'd play the role of Josh Hazelwood here, be the bush horse maybe for the Spider Monkeys today. Reese long bottom in for his second delivery there. Played convincingly down the ground by Larkins. He gave a big hit at that, but it's going to go straight to the man on the rope. Adil Hussain doing the job with the ball in hand and in the field, looking comfortable as well. Just a single there. Big swing, no ding there for Trent Spring. And the shot he just practiced afterwards was the opposite of what he actually tried to do. He tried to pull that to the leg side there, but probably should have played that one through the covers. Let's watch that one back quickly as Reese comes in for his next ball. Play it in the air. Trent Spring, the man. Brad McGrath coming in. Takes a big catch. Trent's going to go as well. 2 early wickets for the Nite Watchmen. Not what you want to see here. 2 for 10. Have a look at that again once our the scorecard goes away. So 2 early wickets here for the Spider Monkeys. Tom Jelly going for a 3-ball duck. Trent Spring with a nice 4, but then not troubling the score as much more than that.
But we messed up. We should have bowled from this end like they are. Yeah. Like they can't.
Good catch there in the deep by Brad McGrath. Sadly, we can't hear the thoughts of Jackson Larkins.
Much bigger side.
He had to come in a long way there to take that catch, did
over,
Brad
so
McGrath. A
yeah,
good catch. Catches like that were dropped by the Nite Watchmen that might have proved crucial here. Obviously, he had a bass dropped a few times there, so Matthew Steinhardt into the crease here. But obviously, we've changed overs here, so Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell gets his first look here at Jackson Larkins. Jackson 3 off 5. Matthew Steinhardt yet to face a ball. And he's going to go across the body here. Left arm over Jake the Rattlesnake O'Connell. Left arm over the wicket fast. Coming across your eyesight here is never easy to face. Jackson Larkins just getting something on that there. Dropping it dead at his feet there. Picking it up, giving it back to Jake. Hopefully this gets him some reprieve. So the Rattlesnake gets to the top of his mark there. He charges in. He's got the wind behind him here. Larkins takes the foot down the crease there, but does get nothing on that there. 2 dots in a row, and this is what we've seen happen to Jelly in the over before. 2 dots. Jelly tries to have a waft at it, knowing they need runs, and that's how he lost his wicket. Will Larkins fall for the same trap that the Rattlesnake is trying to set? Usually we think trapdoor spiders are the animal that sets traps, but can rattlesnakes set traps as well? Obviously rattlesnakes known for that rattle at the end of their tail. That's what they use to lure in their prey, and hanging them just outside there, is that what the rattlesnake is doing to Larkins here as well? Let's see if he falls for the bait that the rattlesnake is putting out there. In a bit wider there at the body, played nicely down there. That is Larkins' bread and butter. It might come in handy here, coming back for quick 2. Getting in nice and safely, sliding that bat from a long way out. That was not leaving the turf. Larkins was making sure he makes that through. Let's watch that back. Good shot there from Larkins. A nice bit of handy work in the field there as well by the Spider
Bales
Monkeys.
off, you realise that?
Pete George having some fun there with keeper Z Adabas. Well and truly in there. Jackson Larkins making sure of it, running with that drill string floppy, his signature floppy. I actually think he's had that exact floppy for about 6 years now. He's had it as long as I've known him. Always wears it out in the field there, always wears it with batting, refuses to put a helmet on. I tell you what, I always bat with a helmet, but I think if I didn't, I'd be definitely chucking one on to face this 3-headed attack from the Spider Monkeys. In short there, Larkins guiding that one down. The man's coming around to there, going to get a single. That's why I'd wear a helmet. I would be backing away. I'd be, for lack of a better word, pooping myself trying to face this. I'm not much of a batter, but this is some great bowling on display here from the Spider Monkeys. But played convincingly by Larkins. So the Rattlesnake, 1 ball left in this over. Matthew Steinhardt's first ball. I don't think there's a tougher first ball in last man stands cricket here in Australia. The Rattlesnake with his tail up, shaking it in the wind, trying to lure in this Watchman lineup. Almost getting the edge of Steinhardt there, but a dot ball. I feel like the Watchmen will be happy that they've survived that second over of the Rattlesnake.
It was about bail height, so it wasn't over. The stumps. Yeah, I made sure this morning. Thank you.
So into the attack for the Spider Monkeys. Still a very strong bowler. Would be the spearhead bowler in any other lineup, Mick McGrath. So the run rate now sitting at 9.5 required and over 152 required from 80 balls. For the sake of Larkins and Steinhardt, they'll want to wait a while till they see the Rattlesnake again, troubling the batsman early, going for just 8 runs from his 2 overs and getting up the crucial wicket of Tom Jelly. Reece Longbottom picking up the other wicket of Trent Spring, holing out to Brad McGrath down in the deep. So the power play is over just before Mick McGrath bowls his first delivery. They're making sure that this field is set so that we get any... So that way they don't fall to the same fate as the Nite Watchmen, giving up a no ball off the first delivery because the field is not set correctly to the restrictions. Mick McGrath coming in from the far end there, played onto the leg side there by Larkins. The boys will want to here. Larkins, very quick runner between the wickets here. Steinhardt's going to have to go with him though today. Larkins, a big dive there to make his ground. He's safe. They're going to come back through for a third. A throwing error there, fielding error there from the Spider Monkeys, gifting the Nite Watchmen a crucial 3rd run.
That'd be very tight if you took that clean.
To me, that shows, though, the Spider Monkeys know that this game is not over. Taking that shot at the stumps. Taking that shot when it is on offer, knowing that they need all these wickets. They will not feel comfortable until they take all 8 wickets, or we're in the last over and they need an astronomical amount. Almost chopped on there by Steinhardt, getting away with that one there. Dot ball for Mick McGrath. McGrath at the top of his mark. Coming in, steaming in the wind behind the Spider Monkeys here. They are pumped. They are up for it here. Steinhardt walking through a single, heaving that one into the leg side there, down to the man at long on, Brad McGrath. Played nicely through the point region. Jackson Larkin's bread and butter turning for two there. Cut shot there backward of point. Going to get back through for two. A handy two that the Nite Watchmen definitely need. To give you an update on the Japtown Cash Memorial game. Obviously you heard earlier new to cricket set 214. Again, another cut shot there played by Jackson Larkin's. Going to come through for the single this time, get through the over. 2 for 20 after 5. You've got to think the Spider Monkeys are definitely on top here, but there's still time for this game to change. 145 runs needed off 75 deliveries. So new to cricket down there for the Japtown Cash Memorial at Flockhart Park in the inner west of Sydney. New to cricket, 214. In reply, Johnny Cash Memorial.
2 for 20.
2 for 174 after 17.1. There or thereabouts. Still a lot of runs to go, but Johnny Cash Memorial still have a chance here. Shout out to KB, our man down there in Sydney, giving us updates for this game. You can also find that live on the LMS website under live scores. As you can find plenty of games. Having a scroll through here, there's about 30 games going on in Australia at the moment. All awesome teams here, some excellent names there through the list as well. Reece Longbottom back into the attack, picking up the wicket of Trent Spring in his first over. A very economical 1 for 3, starting his second over with a dot. Back-to-back dot balls for Reece Longbottom here. Dots are not going to help the Nite Watchmen if they are to chase down this total. 145 required from 73 balls is going to take some chasing. A wide ball there, a runner for free, definitely needed for the Nite Watchmen, moving their total to 21 after 5.2. They're going to need a lot of them at the moment, I think. They just need something going their way. Losing 2 of their better bats for the tournament so far early. Played nicely by Jackson Larkins. A nice cut shot behind point there. The man coming in from the boundary. The Spider Monkeys know how he bats, it looks like, setting their field accordingly. Other teams have left that boundary open and Jackson Larkins has been able to pick up boundaries there, but the Spider Monkeys cutting them off so far. 2 balls left in this Reece Longbottom over. Dropped that one in a little bit short there. Steinhardt's loaded up on that one there, but not getting a lot of it. Putting it into cover. Going to walk through for a single here. Not much urgency between the wickets from these two, actually. Run rate is now sitting at 10 required and over, so 142, so they need 2 runs every ball from here if they are to be victorious. But no urgency between the wickets between Larkins and Steinhardt yet. Obviously Steinhardt can hit big. Larkins puts that one up in the air. Adil's tracking under it, but he's not going to get there. He's going to get through for a single. A risk taken there by Jackson Larkins, playing that one through cover down to long off. But he gets away with it here.
6.
So 2 for 24 after 6. 141 of the toughest runs you'll need off 70 deliveries. Doesn't get much harder than this for the Nite Watchmen. Their backs are well and truly against the wall, but that is the one place you do not want a Queenslander. And the Nite Watchmen here, the boys from Beaudesert up here in Queensland, not far from here, about an hour's drive. Their backs are well and truly against the wall here early. Facing this Spider Monkeys lineup. Mick McGrath looks like he's coming back in for his second over here. 7 off the first. If he keeps going at that rate, that's still not enough. Nite Watchmen needing over 2 a ball here, 10 and over here if they are to be victorious and make their way through to the final. Larkin sends that one a long way down the ground. Brad McGrath coming around, dropping it. Brad McGrath fumbling it. He took a nice catch earlier, but he's taken this one down. Larkin's going to get back through for 2. Again, had to cover a long way. A good 20, 25 metres. He was in front of one of our wires banners. We've got a lot of them on the fence there, but he's come from the wires fin that we've got in the ground there. Long way around, taking it just in front of the first black wires banner. Kept it in nice and close to the body. We've seen the ones in the previous innings go down, and Larkins goes down the ground again to the other side here. Adil Hussein's going to get around to it, save it from the boundary. Larkins is only going to settle for a single. So big shots down the ground here from Larkins. Throws his bat, not happy with himself here. Trying to find a boundary, trying to give his team something here. But this fielding lineup of the Spider Monkeys and this bowling is simply too good at this stage here. Big waft outside the off stump there from Steinhardt.
Yeah, there's no. It's the noise of him swinging.
Trying to bring that one over there. Z's asking the question of if he has hit that. Steinhardt got nowhere near that, trying to work that one onto the leg side there. Let's have a quick look to make sure that the camera's backing up what I'm saying here. Nowhere near that is Steinhardt. Not sure what Ziadabass is asking for, but Mick McGrath on top of him here. He's got something on that one there, and that one's flown over Ziadabass's head. No man's going to get around to that unless it pulls up. You're kidding me. Ah, just making its way to the rope there. 4 handy runs for the Nite Watchmen. Geez, that looked like it was about to pull up there. Mohammed Hamoud not able to get around to it. He had to come a long way there, and he almost got there had that have pulled up. So there's edge on that one. So Z, I'm not sure if you heard it, but that's what it sounds like when it comes off the bat. Not the creaky handle of the Steinhardt that we think he has. He got a lot on that again, and that's what you've got to do. As soon as it gets past the keeper, it's going to be hard to stop. And it almost pulled itself up there. The ball doing funny things here. The under edge there, almost chopping onto the stumps there. Steinhardt's going to get through for a single here. So 2 for 32 after 7 overs here. 133 runs required from 65 balls. 10.23 required and over. Nite Watchmen down, but hopefully for their sake, not out. Reese Longbottom back into the attack. 1 for 7 of his first 2. Picking up the wicket of Trent Spring, who hit a very nice 4 off Jake O'Connell earlier. Trent going 6 off 7 before holding it to Brad McGrath down the ground. Reese Longbottom in for his 3rd over. Played across to the body there by Steinhardt, almost taking out Larkins at the other end. Larkins giving him a cheeky laugh and smile on his way through. Settling for a single. Larkins doing well to get out of the way, splitting him between there. Off the leg of Larkins. The boys have got their arms up in the air. They're going to come through.
Not dead yet. Not dead yet.
Boys probably could have taken a single there.
If you don't play a shot, but it's not dead straight away, it's only dead. Yeah, only fielder team need a chance to run you out. Yeah, I get it. That's what the rule is.
Some questions being asked of umpire at square leg Pete George here early. Jackson Larkins well aware of that rule. I've definitely pulled him back a few times for that, where he just pokes his leg out at it and tries to say that that was a shot. Larkins not too sure what to play apart from this cut. It looks like early on. Being troubled here early, the Nite Watchmen boys. Just coming through for a single there. Larkins getting bat on the previous delivery. Steinhardt trying to make some magic happen here. Big swing underneath the bat. That ball goes. Reese Longbottom picking up another crucial dot. Every one of these dots here that the Spider Monkeys are able to get is pressure mounting on the Nite Watchmen. They are definitely feeling it out in the middle there. Obviously getting a little bit warmer here. Nice coastal breeze we get here at Runaway Bay Cricket Club. But the heat is definitely on the boys from Bow Desert here. Coming through for a single. 2 for 35 after 8. 130 required off 60 deliveries. Run rate now up to 10.8. This is troubling.
2 for 35 after 8.
Looks like Mick McGrath coming back into the attack. Looks like they're trying to save Jake O'Connell's last 2 ovals. A deal, still 3 overs left for him. Trying to save them for the back end if this game gets this far. But if it is to go that deep, The Night Watchman boys need to make something happen soon because that run rate is climbing ever so slightly, starting off at just over 8 and over, target 165, now up to 10.8, climbing quickly here. Steinhardt chopping on, Mick McGrath picking up his first wicket of the day. Steinhardt's not happy, he's got to go. Let's see if we can see that one back here. Mick McGrath at the top of his mark. Coming in at the stumps there, Steinhardt taking that big front leg down the pitch. Steinhardt trying to make a lot happen there, getting that under edge there, very thick. Coming straight back in at, coming back in at the stump there. And geez, that's not what you want to see if you're a fan from Boat. That is a sight that you do not want to see. Mick McGrath, Steinhardt smacking his front pad on his way off.
I don't think you played a shot of that. They'll call.
So that brings Mitchell LaPrue out to the middle. Mitchell LaPrue with a lot of work to do here if the Night Watchmen are to be victorious. Jackson Larkins, 19 off 21 deliveries, struggling here, not being able to generate much between the wickets. But if he needs to, Mitchell LaPrue can run twos, can run threes. Very fit Mitchell LaPrue is, but equally can hit a long ball when needed. High score of 75, not out for Mitchell LaPrue. 26 50s at a strike rate of 174. Sadly for the Night Watchmen, he's going to need better than that if they are to win here. But Handy, a left-handed batsman at the crease here. So a left-hand, right-hand combination. Is this what the Night Watchmen need for them to have some chance here? Obviously, if they are able to turn up the strike, the bowler's got to change his line ball by ball. Can't just be hitting the one spot because that's going to change batsman to batsman. Mitchell LaPrue, what can he do? Can he give the Night Watchmen something to have any chance here of making their way through to the final? Or are they going to fall short here at the semi-finals? Cut away nicely by Mitchell LaPrue. Backward of point. Boys going to look for two there, but they're going to settle for the one. They probably could have got the second there with a fumble in the field. Between the wickets, the Spider Monkeys would have taken that second. But the 3 wickets for not many runs here that the Night Watchmen find themselves in. Is that proving to be the difference here? Are they unsure of themselves now? They've looked so dominant so far coming into this, but when you come up against the 4th best team here at our champs by rankings, it's going to be tough for them. So Jackson Larkins taking a few shuffle steps back to get back into his crease. Another crucial dot ball. Pressure is mounting. Run rate over 11 needed per over now. So you need more than 2 runs every single ball. 59 of them left, 130 runs required. This is trouble for the Watchmen. Big swing, but not getting there at all. Larkins really struggling here. Wide ball called by the umpire, actually. I take that back. A free run there. Very handy. Larkins now 20 off 23. Mitchell LaPrue. 1 run from the 1 delivery. Played in the air by Jackson Larkins through the cover region. Adil charging in off the fence to get it. They're kind of going back through for 2, but 2s aren't going to do it for them. They need to find the boundary soon, the Watchmen. 1 ball left in this Mick McGrath over. A wide that we don't usually see from him. Mick McGrath coming in for the last ball of his over, targeting those stumps there. Larkins getting a lot of bat on that there. Another sort of cut shot there. Tried to play that one down the ground, but it ends up going in the same region anyway. Getting through for a single. 3-4, 40 after 9.
9 overs, 3 for 40. You on the maths, Z? You gotta try to beat your score with the bat that you got with the ball.
Larkins with a clear intention here to beat his score with the bat. He's got to make 40 of them at least. That last over going for 24 runs in just 4 deliveries there really made Jackson Larkin's figures not look as good as they have been. He was the pick of the bolds early, but Reece Longbottom took him to town in that 20th over there. 2 sixes back-to-back, and following that up with a home run the next ball. So 3 sixes back-to-back. That's not what you wanted to see, and that really took the life out of them. And Reece Longbottom coming with the ball now to Jackson Larkins, flicking off the legs, going to come through for a single there. Nite Watchmen picking up 3 off the first 2 so far. Longbottom coming in for his last over, the third ball of his last over. He's only got 3 more balls left, taking a big wicket so far of Trent Spring. The man that the Nite Watchmen were hoping could have made some runs there. Getting through for another single, just taking the singles where they are, but sadly, ones aren't going to do it for you lads. You need to make something happen here. Maybe they're waiting for a change of ends, but geez, they've got a lot of work to do. Larkin's trying to come across his stumps there to work that one to the leg side there. Not sure if he got any bat on that. We'll have to see what our umpire Diraj out in the middle says. Leg buys there, so Larkin struggling to find the bat, it looks like. Yeah, leg buys signalled by our umpire as picked up with our man on the fence there. The cam tracking the ball here. Excellent streaming setup we've got here. An excellent viewing spot we've got here underneath the gazebo here, just down at, well, just down behind the keeper here actually. Ziad Abbas here doing a great job with the gloves here, even though he doesn't call himself a keeper. Longbottom's last ball played in through the point region there by Mitchell LaPrue. Fielder coming in quickly there. The Spider Monkey boys know that this isn't over yet. 46 runs through the first 10 overs. 3 wickets through the first 10 overs. 119 runs required off the last 10 overs. 119 off 50 balls. We are changing ends. They will get to hit with the wind, but geez, this is going to be a big ask here for the Nite Watchmen if they are to get over the line.
Let McGrath finish, and then me, you, and Jock.
So as we change ends here, a lot of work to do for the Nite Watchmen. They are capable of doing it. Both of these men out here in the middle can definitely go at 11 and over if needed, but geez, it's going to be a big ask against this lineup here of the Spider Monkeys. Mick McGrath still has 1 over. Adil still has 3. Ziad Abbas hasn't even touched the ball yet. They have a lot of bowling depth here, do the Spider Monkeys. Definitely, I would have said one of the top 2, but looking to be the dominant bowling lineup here at the moment here for our LMS Wise Australia champs. Wise, proud partner of Last Man Stands Cricket Australia wide here and worldwide. Wise is the trusted partner here to transfer your money internationally. Save up to 3 times on international transfers with no hidden fees. Trusted by millions of people worldwide monthly, transferring over $458 billion monthly. That is a lot of coin that I think these teams wish they had to bring in some players here, some big guns here. Social cricket, all good fun. Played off the legs there nicely by Mitchell LaPrue. Mick McGrath targeting those stumps, but played with ease by Mitchell.
There you go, Jacko. Alright. Someone might have marked the wrong spot since then.
Played through the cover region there by Jackson Larkins to the waiting man, the Rattlesnake in the deep. I haven't seen a magpie attack the Rattlesnake yet. Maybe magpies are scared of rattlesnakes. Mick McGrath coming in for his third delivery of his final over. Straight through Mitchell LaPrue, trying to work that one deep onto the leg side there. Ball getting underneath the bat. Ball taking out the stumps. Bye-bye, Mitch. Let's have a look at that one again from Mick McGrath. Just targeting those stumps there. Little bit shorter than the previous delivery. Mitchell LaPrue trying to get underneath that ball. Beating bat, coming between bat and pad. Leg stump, has a cartwheel, does a tumble turn. And is out of the ground there. Mitchell LaPrue has to go. Yeah, between bat and pad there, just sneaking in between the gate The gate needs to remain closed here. Gates open. Mitchell McGrath capitalises.
Nice bit of shape there, Mick. Nice with the seam right.
So coming out
The
now.
wind to help you get it to go that way. It's beautiful. Yeah.
The big hitter, Jeffrey Cleese, made the ball talk with the ball in hand. 22 runs from his 4 overs at an economy rate of 5.5. Not regarded as a batsman in this Nite Watchman lineup, but can go if he needs to. Can he pull off a miracle here, Jeffrey Cleese? Or will he suffer the same fate that his teammates have faced so far? Larkins, Larkins, the only batsman for the Nite Watchman side to make it into double digits here. Tom Jelly with a duck. Trent Spring holding out for 6. Matthew Steinhardt 9 and Mitchell LaPrue 4. Jeffrey Cleese playing that one into covers. Mick McGrath getting across there, doing the dirty work off his own bowling. 2 for 22 is Mick McGrath's figures. 1 ball left to go in the over. 1 ball left for his day. Can he pick up a third? Played straight down the ground there by Jeffrey Cleese. He's going to get off the mark there. Mick's not too happy with that one there. Going to get away with a single there. 2 for 23 off 4 overs. Excellent bowling here from McGrath, who is arguably the 4th best bowler in this lineup, but doing the damage just with the top 3. $116 runs required from 45 balls here. Run rate required now up to 12.89. This match is slipping away from the Nite Watchman ball by ball here. And the boys in the shed, the 4 wickets, the 4 men that they would hope made a dent in these runs for the lower order here. Can't do anything about it here. Their day has been done. Cricket is a funny game sometimes. All it takes is 1 ball with your name on it and your day is done. Adil Hussain back into the attack. His first over going for just the single run. No wickets, but when you've got a guy coming in after you've lost a wicket in the first over, and all he bowls is 1 single run, that pressure is well and truly on. Definitely a handy bowler to have in this back 10. Adil Hussain charging in, wide of the off stump there, but not wide enough for Pete George to stick those arms out. A dot ball there. Jeffrey Cleese has very long arms, but not long enough to reach that one there.
Yeah, I've done appropriately in between games. 3 or 4 games this week. No, it's probably like this far inside, 6 inches.
Adil Hussain charging in. Targeting those stumps there, going straight through Jeffrey Cleese, chopping on, he's got to go. Chopping on is not what you want to see. Need some Chop King cologne after that does Jeffrey Cleese. 5 for 49, this is looking dire for the Nite Watchmen, who have looked so strong so far. Hitting that crease hard, driving that one into the wicket. Jeffrey Cleese just chopping on, not looking too sure of himself. Leg stump goes cartwheeling again. Geez, looking at that in reverse. The stumps look perfect, but now they look a whopping mess after he has been castled. Chopping on from Adil.
All right, mate.
Gets his first wicket, 1 for 1 after 1.2.
Bit of nip.
We're moving both ways. I mean, these are the proper balls are different, but these are just, it's got to hit nice line, nice hard deck. It was very hard to bat this morning when I was batting. I got done by a Jaffa.
Yeah.
I pitched like middle and legging it off. I knew I was bowled.
No,
I was just standing there going, how's that ball
come
coming?
just kiss the ball.
I was down the other end and I thought it was a nick.
To pick of the bowler until he got discarded in the last over. Jackson Larkins. Adil Hussain giving him some insight as to why he stood there when he was bowled. A Jaffa, he was right, but he's bowling Jaffas himself. 1 for 1 after 1.2. Played nicely by Patrick Hansen. Backward of point there. I know he's only played one shot, but he looks the pick of the batsman so far because it's been tough out there for the Watchmen. Team 50's up there after 11.3 overs. Deal charging in for the fourth delivery of this over. Jackson Larkins playing that one through the cover region there. The boys going to turn for two there. Good running between the wickets there. Still getting as much as they can out of this as that run rate creeps up because they're still not going at enough. 13.5 it is sitting at now. Something needs to happen very quickly here for the Nite Watchmen, or it is good night nurse. Hussain charging in for the last ball of his second over outside of stump there. Cut away textbookly by Jackson Larkins, taking his total to 30 off 31. That is the over.
Yep, it's over.
5 for 53.
Thanks, Brad.
So 112 required from 40 balls, 112 from 8 overs, 14 runs required per over from here. Dare I say it, the Spider Monkeys have 7 of their 8 legs firmly in the final later today. Hopefully they'll get to sit up here nicely on the hill here, a beautiful place to watch cricket from, and they'll get to watch the next match here between the Western Swingers and the Bomb Squad. Take some insight into their final, but I would say 7 of those 8 legs are well and truly in there, and another wicket here would probably put the 8th in. Straight through Larkins. Larkins beaten all ends up, trying to just get something on it. Just get something for his team, but another dot ball there for the Snake. At the top of his mark, Jake charges in to bowl the next delivery of this third over of his. At those stumps there, driven convincingly by Larkins, holding that bat there nicely. Adil's charging around, trying to get there. He's not going to get there. 4 runs for Jackson Larkins. He will definitely go back and screenshot that later. That is a textbook hold your shot just to admire the view. Adil looked like he was going to chase that down there. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding it for about 5-6 seconds there is Larkins, standing and admiring that shot. Jake coming in, charging in hard here. Bouncer there, he's bowled at Jackson Larkins, just reminding him, mate, that we are well and truly on top. Larkins getting out of the way of that one comfortably, seeing it come through past his nose. Dot ball.
Back row. 2 to come. Gee, is that brutal?
Facing a bouncer after you've hit a 4 when you need this many runs, that is brutal, but the Rattlesnake has that in his arsenal. An effort ball there, but a slower one there, picked nicely by Larkins. Going to come back through in for 2. If the run rate was any lower, I'd say that the Nite Watchmen are looking comfortable here. But when that run rate is up over the 14 comfortably here, 2s aren't going to do it for them. In trouble here, the Nite Watchmen still are, but a handy boundary there for Larkins, his first of the day, 34 off 33. So the Snake is changing up his line here, coming left arm around the wicket here for one delivery at Jackson Larkins. What does he have in store for Larkins? Definitely not full and straight, I'd assume. Full and straight was what he went. Larkins keeping that one out there, playing it through to cover. Adil coming in, clapping while fielding, getting through for a single.
It's over. Thanks, Eddie.
Adil Hussain coming in for his third over. 1 for 5 from his first 2. The best of the bowlers in terms of economy. 1 for 12 after... And that has not updated. My laptop is not updating here. My scorecard is wrong. He's been the pick of the bowler so far, has Adil Hussain. Picking up a crucial wicket. Not many runs as well. Just kept out there by Larkins.
I'm just giving this stump a knock down a bit for me.
Yeah.
Everything needs to be perfect up this end for umpire Pete George, asking non-striker Patrick Hansen to knock down the stump. Only had to face one ball so far, Patrick, and I think he might have been happy with that. Not having to face that oval of heat from the Rattlesnake there. Larkin is taking a big step outside leg stump there.
That was feet that time.
Trying to guide that one down to Brad McGrath there on the boundary, not being able to get it.
I don't appeal on this to you too, mate.
No, that's all right. I think he's just learning because he's not used to keeping, so he doesn't realise there's so many noises.
The Bass going up for nothing again. Adil Hussain coming in for his third delivery there. Targeting those stumps there, kept out by Larkins. If this was a 2-day match, Larkins would be looking comfortable, but it's a T20 match, 105 required off 32 balls. That's not going to do it at all for the Nite Watchmen.
Yeah, his wickets held together really well. Yeah, well, yeah.
Excellent wicket we've got here at the Renoi Bay Cricket Club. Had 4 days full of T20 cricket on it so far, and it's still looking beautiful. Still looking like it would just on day one here. Beautiful facilities we get here at Runaway Bay. The club look after us here. They definitely put on a show for us here for the Australia Champs. Having them here for years now. And hopefully for my sake, it's not far for me to travel, years to come. The LMS Australia Champs brought to you by Wise. Adil Hussain coming in for the last ball of his third over. Larkins takes a big step outside leg stump, guides that one there. Perfect cut shot for 4 runs. His bread and butter delivers a boundary.
Well bowled, mate.
Love to see that one back. Larkins would love to see it too. At least he's got some highlights to take from this game. A cover drive down the ground, a big step outside. The leg stump there, knee into the pitch, guiding that one on its way, using the pace of Adil to pick a nice, handy boundary there, but still 101 runs required off 30 balls. Dare I say it, I think this one might be over.
Thanks, Hamid. Right him over, Hamid.
Crowd is slowly building here at Sam Loxton Oval as we come towards the end of this first semi-final and await the second semi-final before our cup final here, the grand final of Last Man Stands cricket here in Australia later on today. Mohammed Hamoud coming into the attack for the first time today. Played away nicely through the covers by Patrick Hansen. He has punched that hard, too hard for some. He's only going to get through for a single because by the time he gets to the other end, that ball is already coming back in. Mohammed Hamoud coming in for the second ball of his over to Larkins. Larkins a runnable 41 at the moment. The bread and butter, the cut shot is back. He's going to get back through for 2 for it.
Very close on that. On what?
Jeez, this is looking rough here for the Nite Watchmen, but the Spider Monkeys have given them nothing. How have you seen it so far?
It's been good. I think we batted slower than what we'd hoped for at the start, but obviously sped up in the back end, went at 10 and over for the back 10 and put ourselves in a really good position. We trust our bowling first and foremost, and with 160 odd to defend, we're feeling good.
Coming into the game, I have sat around the clubhouse because obviously I've watched a lot of cricket from this lovely position here this weekend. I would have said this was the top 2 bowling lineups coming into this game. And obviously, you know, leading into that last over, obviously give yourself some credit there, some great batting at the end there for you. Is there many times where you've punched 3 sixes in a row in the back end of innings like that?
Never, and what an occasion to do it. So I'm pretty chuffed with myself.
Yeah, pretty tough with yourself. So, you know, coming in, I would have thought 140 would have, again, defendable. With a bowling lineup like the one you guys possess, obviously you bowling 4 overs as well today. Definitely defendable, but you know, it would have been a lot more of a contest here. But I just think, there was
absolutely a stage as well where 140 is what we were looking at being really, really happy with. Like I say, we had a really slow start, so that was the talk in there. Was sort of about not throwing wickets away and trying to get to that total. So to get to 160,
164, like that last over, coming into it again, that 140, which was on. Larkins was probably my pick of the bowler coming into that last over. All of them bowling very economically. Like, not, again, going at 7 and over in LMS cricket is pretty stock standard, really.
Especially on a big ground like this.
And on a big ground like this, a lot of twos is what you guys ran hard early. And even coming into this innings, like, obviously, you're out in the field for the start there. But from here, the Watchmen would not take in those twos there like your boys were early. Obviously, it helps when you've got the very long legs of Adil as an opening bat for you. Very quick between the wickets they were, but going into that last over, I thought it was neck and neck, but you could just feel the life sucked out of that game there with that last over. Just
that's a big thing that we were talking about at the end there as well. When I sat up here the other day, we talked about sort of moments in cricket that can inflate one side and heavily deflate the other. And I think that last over might have been one of those sorts of moments.
Yeah, definitely. Looking through the scorecard, obviously only the 4 sixes. Going into that last over, it's only a couple. You picked 3 off them with ease. I think you made it look easy out there. Jake only picking up 2, Z picking up 2, and they were 4 very convincing sixes they hit.
They are both big hitters.
And it was just 5 boundaries along the ground, 5 fours through the innings. So the Nite Watchmen boys did an exceptional job in the field. Some really nice work on the lines here. We actually got a really good shot here of the one down the ground. I can't remember who played it here, but the slide there, and we seen his feet, and we actually watched it back a few times on the replay because it was kept in, like a perfectly legal bit of fielding there. But they worked really hard there, and just those moments in the game. I think that 20th over is one that the Nite Watchmen will want back.
There was a lot of talk during our batting innings about the enthusiasm that the Nite Watchmen actually show in the field, the want to get there for the ball, to save that extra run, the attacking it and getting it straight back into the stumps, and putting the pressure on the batsman to be forced to run the twos. Like you see, Brad got run out with great fit.
Yeah, great bit of fielding there because obviously
that's a good shot.
That is a good shot from Jackson Larkins, making his way to a 50. He can take something out of this game. He did get his wish of making more runs with the bat than he conceded with the ball.
Great job.
51 off 46, something for him to take away and sit in the clubhouse later and go, boys, you've let me down here.
Don't think I'd met Jacko before today either, so great fella.
Great fella, definitely a very fierce competitor on the field.
Yep.
But, no matter what happens in a game, you meet him off the field and he's one of the friendliest blokes.
Always got a smile on his face. I bowled the first couple of balls to him out there, and he got up to the non-strikers and goes, come on, I gave you 3.
Always having a great time here. So this Nite Watchman group, obviously, this is the second time you guys have faced him here at the Australia Champs.
Yeah.
2 years ago, I was lucky enough to be out in the middle there when I was on 2 legs to officiate that game. And you guys knocked him out then as well. Obviously, I think that was the quarterfinals at that stage.
Yep.
So, maybe you're their bunnies. They seem to have a good record against second 11, but not a great record against you guys. But yeah, Jacko's just one of those players, really good with the ball, is a handy bat as well, but you guys, that cut shot that he loves to play there, you definitely had a man there from the start, which is something other teams hadn't really brought in. But he can hold his head high, Jackson. He's had a good tournament as well. He's one of those bowlers with the ball that, I guess I'm calling it the 3-headed snake, obviously, with Jake, Adil, and yourself there. You all take wickets.
Ooh, don't leave poor Mickey McGrath out.
4-headed snake. I feel rough because I did actually mention earlier there when you brought Mick on, he'd be the top strike bowler for any other team here.
He's opened the bowling for the Australian 40s team in Barbados last year.
That's right, he did too, because I think Nick Murphy was the other one that would have opened with them, because an exceptional bowler himself. But Mick would be the first bowler you'd go to for any other team, and he'd be the man you turn to. But you guys are just spoilt for choice here. Even Brad, obviously going for 11 off this over here, is a good bowler himself. I actually think all 8 can bowl, because you've got Z with the gloves on. He hasn't been needed here, but I know Z can bowl as well.
He's loving not having to bowl. That old body's starting to fall apart too. So he's loving that.
Is that why he only came up for the weekend there? I think you wouldn't have got him through 5 days, you think?
His daughter's actually graduating, so I guess he had to choose between cricket or holding on to his marriage.
I don't think there's... When you put it that way, I think Z's made the respectful choice.
He'd booked flights for Wednesday night so he could play the Thursday game and go home after the Thursday game.
Yep.
And then do the same on the Thursday night, Friday morning.
Committed to the Monkeys.
But we had 2 pretty convincing wins. We were sitting in a pretty good position. So
yeah, because that's the thing. Obviously, going into the round of 32 is what it was. So 40 teams here, 32 of the 40 make their way through to the round of 32. A shot down the ground here by Michael Bailey. Cut off by the snake in front of us here, getting his moment in the camera.
He's got a big arm.
He's made the ball talk with the ball. With the bat, had some moments as well, but now he's got a bit of fielding highlights that he can put into a package there nicely and send out to a few people. I heard a deal on the mic yesterday, actually. I don't think he knew that we heard him, but was saying that he reckons one day here, Jakey will be lining up for a Big Bash side. And very soon, if his form this weekend has been anything to go by,
It'd
very
be
good.
justified. He's an unbelievable cricketer.
Unbelievable cricketer. And
Great
geez,
fella as well.
Great fella too, yeah. Seems very humble as well. I mean, I've not been a good cricketer there. That's one wafted
big.
into the leg side there by
Great
Patrick
shot.
Hansen.
4 runs.
4 runs for Paddy Hansen. A handy boundary, but probably too little too late here, I'd say. I think you've got 8 legs in the final here. Spiders have 8 legs. I think all 8 are in the final here, but some consolidation here from the Nite Watchmen, giving them something to hold high here. But yeah, we were saying, Adil was saying, you know, I hadn't seen him bowl at this point. This was when he was batting, and he just hit one of the biggest sixes we'd seen down to this part of the ground. And as we're waiting for the ball to come back, Adil was having a chat with the umpire, and yeah, when he came out with the ball, he's definitely made it talk. Straight through him though, boundary, wicket. Muhammad Ahmad picking up his first. Nite Watchman 6-4-88.
I believe he's the highest wicket taker the Spider Monkeys have on offer. Probably the most capped as well.
Jesus, that's impressive. Jeez, I seen him hit a big home run yesterday as well when I had you guys here on the main field here. It's just a stacked lineup, the Spider Monkeys.
So the talk after I've come off, I think my strike rate is 600 or something like that today.
Yeah, it looked impressive. I'm sure you knew that as well. I'm sure you were counting in your head, be honest.
And Skip said, oh, it's not quite 1200, is it?
Not quite 1200, yeah, no, he definitely made it talk yesterday. Obviously,
3.1 to go.
you know, it's
He faced one ball, he had one
faced
job.
one ball, one job, and he pumped it a long way back past those nets there.
Well,
it was
this
a great shot.
brings Jackson back in with, what's he got, 3 overs.
3 overs to go.
Can he push for 100?
Can he push for 100? Oh, I don't think he's got 100 yet. Again, very handy bat, very handy, like an all-rounder, obviously. Again, would make it into any side here as well. A very good cricketer in his own right, Jackson. 51 off 46 though. You know, if he gets to 100, he's going to have to go quicker than what he has. But again, credit to your bowling lineup here. You gave him nothing.
Yeah, it's tight. It'd be hard to bat against us, I believe.
Well, I did
But
pick it.
He's going for it.
He's going for it,
Ooh.
Jackson. One
out.
bounce to a deal.
Picked out the fielder, unlucky. Good
He's been
shot.
doing that all day here, Jackson. And he's again, he's one of those cricketers there. Like I've seen him throw the bat a few times, but he's not someone that gets mad. He's doing it out of
Frustration with himself.
We got a good bit on the camera here yesterday. Obviously, we just got out caught and bowled to Hayden Donnell, and a man who playing for the second 11 who's played a bit with the Nite Watchmen as well. And Hayden gave him a cheeky send off with a big smile on his face, and all Jackson did was laugh again. One of those men that loves his cricket, a fierce competitor on the field no matter what sport he's playing.
I think a big thing, if you're getting a send-off, it's because you've done your job.
You've done your job, that's true, yeah. And obviously, you know, we've seen Jake very excited with that early wicket of Tom Jelly. Tom's probably been my pick of the bats for the Nite Watchmen.
I've never experienced him. Watched some of the highlights on the LMS website before coming into this, and he's been batting unbelievably this tournament from the looks of that. I just had a talk with Marty Henderson, and he was saying some of the things that he's seen Jelly do with the bat. The fact that we got to nullify that no score is monstrous in this.
Definitely someone that can take a game away from a team. And again, had he have come off, obviously exceptional piece of bowling, like two innies and an outie that Jake was able to deliver, and he actually we heard him, we picked it up on the mic there, that was his plan there.
I mean, to get your edge of the bat to it is probably a testament to how good he can bat.
Yeah, that too.
There's a lot of people that aren't getting close to that.
I think I did mention that actually at one point there, that I can't see him from here, and I think if I was out there I'd have even more trouble seeing him. Just quick and just at you, and you know, it doesn't get any easier with yourself or Addy coming in straight after him either. It was always going to be a tough task trying to chase 165. Again, 140 would have been a tough task. I think with a lineup like this, anything in 3 digits is defendable. I definitely think, I don't want to put the mockers on yous, but I definitely think you are the favourites going into the final, no matter who comes through the other side. But
I'm none from 4 against the Western Swingers, so let's hope Bomb Squad get through.
Let's hope the Bomb Squad get through. Look, again, both of those teams, like, you know, the Nite Watchmen here, obviously 6 for 94. They should get over 100 here. Obviously, Michael Bailey playing some sensible shots, not something we usually see from him, not something we usually need to see from him. And Jackson coming through 57 of 50. They'll get over the 100 here. They'll put something acceptable together here, but you know, you just gave them nothing. but they made the semi-finals here. They were a deserving semi-finalist. I think it's actually really impressive that, you know, the top 4 teams that came through that pool stage, obviously only playing the 2 games there. Great shot by Jackson Larkins there. That's going to make its way down to the boundary. Some more runs for him. He's having a good day out there with the bat. So as I was saying, like, you know, you only get the 2 games. You got the game on the Wednesday, the game on Thursday, and that placed you here coming into the knockouts. So obviously, you know, yourself, the Watchmen, the Bomb Squad, and the Western Swingers were the top 4 coming through that. So it is just a testament that, you know, you definitely were the top 4 teams that we had here on the Gold Coast this weekend. And, you know, the score line here, obviously, it's going to be respectable in the end here from the Watchmen. Going to get over that 100 here, because I can see him getting another single here between these 2 at least.
Yeah, I don't think the 160 shows how tight their bowling was.
No, that's what I was about to say.
That last over going for 30 runs is it's generally unheard of.
Just generally unheard of, but again, just it's that pressure that you need. Like you said earlier, those moments in games that definitely do change them. But, you know,
at 130, it'd still be game on.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, coming out of this, so they're gonna bow out here at the semi-finalists. So a top 4 placing here for the Watchmen at our champs.
They can hold their heads high with the
absolutely, and it's not like they are that far off. You know, a couple of those moments. You know, 3 balls really. We'll go 3 balls there. Jelly coming off a bit earlier. Also, still the game was in balance there. You know, you can put it down to a handful of balls are the difference between the Watchmen going through to the final and going home here at the semi-finals. I definitely think though. Next year, wherever champs are, the Watchmen, I'm sure, will definitely be there. I'm sure your Spider Monkey outfit will be at champs for many years to come.
I think any tournament I see the Watchmen at, I'll be happy to have a beer with them. They seem to embody the idea of the LMS community.
Yep.
They're pretty forthcoming with conversations with everyone. They've been having a laugh over there with Jake on the boundary. I'm sure it's all positive laughs.
Oh, absolutely. No, they're humble boys. A lot of them have played a lot of cricket together. They play club cricket up here in Queensland together as well. A good tight knit of mates that play cricket together actually. So obviously playing LMS, they've only played about 50 odd games of LMS, but they've known each other for years, these boys, very tight knit. But again, you run into them in the clubhouse there, no matter where you're from, no matter what team you are, whether you're, you know, the team that's going to win the Wooden Spoon, or you guys, or the Swingers or the Bomb Squad who end up winning this thing, they'll have a beer with anyone. Doesn't matter who you are. If you're here at a cricket game, they're definitely there to have a beer with you and have a good time. So Adil coming in for the last ball of his 4th over here. He's bowled bloody well today. 1 for 13, or now 1 for 14.
He's actually had an unbelievable tournament as well. He's had 2 50s with the bat. I think 3 or might have even been all 4 games where he hasn't gone for a run of ball. He's been really, really good.
There's not many times when you get a team of 8 all-rounders, but you guys definitely have 8 well and truly all-rounders.
Great fellow as well.
Having a chat out there with Pete George as well. Happy to have him on the mic here for our finals day. Jake coming in. Geez, I reckon he wants a 3 for here though.
He certainly does.
This game's not over for Jake. 1 over left to go in the game. 61 required of it. It's not going to happen with the way Jake's been bowling. But I definitely think he still wants that 3 for. He's a fierce competitor, it looks like, and someone who's going to be bowling
He's not coming into the bowl spin.
Oh, is he?
No.
Actually, no, I did see him yesterday off the same run-up. Bowl seam up, probably a little bit slower because he didn't have his full run-up. There he is. A couple steps there, bowling seam up there to Michael Bailey.
Off 2 steps, he's probably quicker than 80% of the bowling population of this world.
Yeah, geez, that's scary. I actually think he's probably... If he makes it to the BBL, I wonder if he'll keep the 12-step run-up.
Hopefully he remembers my name.
He'll remember your name. Hopefully Reese has got some tickets waiting for him if he makes it. And I definitely think he will. Would definitely be a handy pickup, especially what he can do with the bat as well. Yeah. As the Flamingo boys here are...
He's dropped it!
But he's going to get a run out.
He's got a run out backhanded.
Another highlight there for Jake, the Rattlesnake O'Connell. Larkin's the last man standing.
With that, I might love and leave.
No worries, mate.
Shake the boys' hands. Thanks for having me.
Well done, boys. Congratulations on making it through to another Australian Champs final there. Glad to have Reese on board here to give us some insights here. A lot of respect there for the Nite Watchmen. Although they're going to lose this match here, definitely not by a lack of trying. Spider Monkeys knew coming into this game this was going to be a team to beat, and I dare say the Spider Monkeys looking very comfortable here. And my favourite to take the final here. But coming up next at the end of this match, we've got the Bomb Squad against the Western Swingers, 2 teams that also definitely like their chances at winning this Australia Champs. But the Rattlesnake, Hitting a direct hit there after dropping a catch. I'd still charge him for the drop catch if there is a fines system in place for the Monkeys. Skipper Michael Bailey's got to go though. So 2 balls left in this semi-final here. The Spider Monkeys comfortably through to the final. 2 balls left for Jackson Larkins here. His century's not on here, and just a replay there of that direct hit. Even if he tried to get back, Michael Bailey would not have made it back with a throw like that. A wide ball there, an extra run there for Larkins. He'll take that, he'll make his stats look better. I think this may be a career best for Larkins in a losing side when he gets back to the boys. When he gets back to the boys there later, he'll be saying, boys, if one of you went with me here, we may have had a chance. But an exceptional knock here from Larkins and an exceptional tournament from him. A few 50s, taking poles, doing it for fun. The difference here being Reese Longbottom had a good time pumping him for 3 sixes back to back, taking 30 off that last over there. Had this score have been 30 less, a score of 135, the Nite Watchmen would have been right in it here up until the end. But looks like 165 was too much for the Watchmen there. That one's gone a long way up. Will they get the 8th wicket dropped? Larkins, 64, not out. Congratulations, Spider Monkeys, through to the final later on today. Plenty of highlights in this back half of the match and plenty of highlights in the match. Let's have a look through them together as the boys shake hands. Both teams fierce competitors, definitely 2 of our top 4. Both deserving semi-finalists here. So starting off early with the Rattlesnake going through Tom Jelly, the man that would have made some runs and done some damage had he have hung around. And then Reese, the man we had here on the mic not too long ago, picking up the wicket of Trent Springer, taking a few runs as well himself this weekend. Jackson Larkins there, dug in hard, 64 of 57. Could have been gone early there had Brad have held that catch. But the wickets, they just kept falling and the runs not coming quick enough. A big, thick top edge there that rolled away for 4, because when you're using the pace of some of these Spider Monkey boys, it's always going to go a long way. That one there, almost taking out Larkins there was Steinhardt playing that one down the ground. Reese, a single they picked up off his bowling. Geez, he bowled well as well. Mick McGrath coming in, taking the pole, getting his first wicket here. And as Reese said earlier, I think I can echo those thoughts. Mick McGrath, definitely not the 4th choice bowler in any other team here. The 4th choice here, just as lethal, coming through again, taking wicket. Addy bowled well for only the 1 wicket here. Mitchell LaPrue facing up to Adil Hussain, chopping on as well. A lot of these wickets were chop-ons here while they were trying to force something there. Then the Rattlesnake. An excellent shot down at the ground there by Larkins. He held that for far too long for my liking. When you play a cracking shot through the covers like that, I'd do it too. Larkins, and then that was another excellent shot there. Larkins played well down on one knee. He will be going back to look at that one later there. Another handy 4, but not enough there for the Watchmen. And then another handy 4 there for Larkins. He got very comfortable there late. Had that score have been a little bit lower, Larkins definitely would have been the difference maker there for the Watchmen there. Michael Bailey, skipper Michael Bailey, putting in a captain's knock there. Good bit of fielding in the deep there from Jake. And that arm in was so quick, I don't think anyone would have got back for 2 there. Big waft down at the ground there. An excellent shot from Patrick Hansen. 4 runs for him. As this game comes to an end, so the highlights coming through straight through him there. That was Patrick Hansen on his way. Jackson Larkins again guiding it down to the fine leg boundary. No one was getting that. He hit that so well, so clean, rocketing into the fence there. Rattlesnake dropping a catch, but then taking the wicket of Michael Bailey. So he gets bowling points, gets batting points, and he gets fielding points as well. Dominant display. Surely he was the player of the match. I'll have to go and have a look, but Spider Monkey's looking comfortable. Don't go away. We've got the Bomb Squad and the Western Swingers up shortly.